Everyone say hello to the internet.
Hello,
Hello,
Internet.
Hello, internet.
Sash.
Hello.
This isn't Storm King's Thunder. We don't say hi to Sash.
I was
Hey,
just saying hi
everyone.
to Sash casually.
We are at the midway point through the early stages of Out of the Abyss. Having traipsed through the Underdark, we have left our drow pursuers behind and have had a variety of encounters along the way, which have empowered us slightly, although we are still relatively destitute, having only a handful of clams between us. Came to Sloop Bloop Bloop, where we were instrumental in not a rebellion, but rather the oppression of a brand new religion. Religion that, as it turns out, deserves to be oppressed. They worship Demogorgonna, the demon prince of savagery. We are currently in a state of chaos, a state of frantic escape. Demogorgon seems intent on destroying the civilization as the Kyoto know it, smashing each of their jetties, each of their boats, dragging the ones that are within reach down into the depths to crush, to tear apart, to drown. And the whole place is a cacophony of chaos as Kyoto run in all directions, some trying to escape and some merely trying to worship this mighty entity. Those that seek to escape seem to have a pretty good chance of doing so. There's enough chaos, enough confusion that they're able to slip away, while those who bow down to serve or to worship seem to get exactly what they ask and have their lives stripped away from them as soon as their souls as well. With this chaos in mind, I might go through the turn order just one by one. There's no real need to enter initiative unless you actually want to. If you're intent on joining the melee fray, then that's another thing, and if that occurs, then we will enter initiative. But until that happens, we'll just work with it narratively. So starting with Salt. Chaos has erupted. You're at the altar of the Deep Father, which is that magnificent picture of a couple of octopuses tied over the top of a bleeding manta ray. Magnificent altar. Did you give an order or something, or to seize Ploopa Bloopa Bloom, or do you have some other objective?
No, I believe my last action was to free Sane, probably against my better judgment, but he's got those puppy dog eyes, and I cut him free and basically looked around at what emerged from the water, and I have just noped the fuck out. Not so much as a yell, because that wastes time and draws attention to yourself. I am just running a beeline for, I guess, to the center of town.
Sure.
And I will probably, tap Dalgrim on the shoulder as we're running away, just to make sure he looks back at the priest. And I will say, we better grab him. We'll need him.
I'll go.
All right. So you're able to move your token if you wish, and we'll move on to Dalgrim.
Sure.
Zoom. All right, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll. The priest is this one?
With the green dot, yep.
Yes. All right. So I'll quickly rush over there. And if these guys are looking to like run away, I'll try and like just pass them or shove them all to the side so I can get to the priest and grab him as well.
All right. And as you grab him, he yells, "Get your hands off me!" and unleashes Spirit Guardian to make a Wisdom saving throw.
All right.
Does he
Fool.
trout slap with his spirit guardians?
I guess he does. You take 10 points of damage as thousands of little tiny piranhas surround you and begin devouring.
You bastard! I'm trying to save you, and then
I'll just bugger it for now. So what was that? 15 movement in. It's half movement out. 25, and I'll use my action to dash
All right.
and get another 25 feet on the opposite side of
Opposite course.
Zolk.
Where's the damn fish head?
you summoning spells on me.
Ah, to hell's with this place. Let's get out of here.
Agreed.
Vexport Chaos is on the menu.
Yeah, it's too much chaos. Vexpor is going to disengage and run down over here, close to his allies, and away from that demon that has plagued his nightmares.
Brilliant. Marielle.
I was gonna be running straight this way towards this town center, but now that there's a bunch of spiritual guardians in the way, I'm going to instead run this way. And ducking and weaving between the fighting Kuatoa, I have no interest in fighting them. And Prince Darendil is going to be close behind.
All right. Sane.
All right. Having Prince Darendil in my path, because I'm invisible, he doesn't see me. Am I able to slip through the chaos here? Actually, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I'll dash. 35, 40, 45, 50, 60. I'm going to try to make my way this way.
All right. And Luthrana.
I was invisible, so I will start going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 there.
And you've got an action as well? Or did you just go
yeah,
invisible?
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I was invisible last one, so
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if we're doing, but yeah.
Does
So, yeah,
anyone have
action
the
dash.
halfling as well?
Oh, yeah, he can come with you.
Can I take Jim Jar with me as well? I forgot about him.
Absolutely. All right. Okay, and so you escape from the fray. What do you do now? Demogorgon wades closer onto the shore, starts destroying the towers. What count as towers around here anyway? The whole place is held together with fishing line and rope. But he is utterly destroying it, causing the whole place to begin falling apart. What do you do?
I believe
Let's
you want
split.
to go towards the west docks, right? To try to commandeer a raft.
I reckon, yeah, we should head to these jetties on the far off side and try to get out of here.
Are these little circles they're rafts?
Yeah, they're those mushroom things.
Ah, great.
Hmm.
To the west.
Which way is west?
That way. I'm just facing the wall. It's my right.
Can we move out of initiative?
All right. Yeah, so you guys are able to move over there, but as you do, Demogorgon comes further onto the shore and starts pulling down the buildings. And as he does, the various buildings fall over like dominoes. Everybody has to make a dexterity saving throw as literally the buildings collapse all around you.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Uh-huh.
Ah, fuck.
Same here.
Looks like you all, pretty much all, I think you all fail except for Dalgrim. DC is 15.
Oh, in that case, I'm going to try and reroll.
All right.
No. Yeah, we all fail except for Talgrim. And Jim
I
Jar.
And Jim
still
Jar.
have my second wind. I think I'm gonna save my. Oh fuck!
It's a big
Crunch. The
roll.
buildings come crunching down upon you, like 3 stories of buildings.
Yeah, they
Some of
do.
them holding old boats and all sorts of crazy stuff. Cannonballs, battle axes, everything. It all just comes crashing down upon.
Fuck, I'm knocked out.
Same.
My invisibility goes and I am knocked out.
Fergus, does he care about anyone? I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's not.
Maybe.
Unless
Because,
he's
did you
saved.
roll for him, did you? Sorry, I didn't think anyone
No,
rolled
no,
for him.
no, but
He
should,
saved
right?
19.
Yeah, need 19.
19,
Oh,
he got
right.
DC's 15.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Easy. He's alive.
Maybe
he makes sense.
Mariel, he might care about the high elf. What else?
Probably not, but the Quaggoth does, and the Quaggoth makes it, so he'll pick her up.
Yeah, I was gonna say he'd probably dig me out and pick me up.
We're gonna get away from the buildings.
Do we have any way of saving the downed people, or are we just going to hope that death doesn't claim them?
I don't think we have healing.
Don't think we have healing, do we? All right. So those of you who have been crushed underneath the buildings can make death saves.
Oh,
Oh,
good,
lovely.
I'll
So
shove.
those of you, who are at 0 hit points or lower, yeah.
I'll shove rocks over all the junk off of Zolk and start
Shit.
running again.
Well, I'm dead.
How many death saves was it?
Well, you might as well make all of them since we don't have any way of healing.
I suppose that's fair, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's better. Hey, I'm stable.
I mean, Daryl can make a medicine check, but I doubt he'd
Yeah,
really
he would obviously try. I don't know what the DC is. Only 10, isn't
It's
it?
10.
It's only 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I'm just super dead.
Sticks claw in wound to staunch flow, opens up wound, disembowels Mariel.
and
Oh, man.
I'm
Wow.
move ahead another 50 feet. Rest in peace.
Sane will also keep moving since he's got very, very little health left.
Randall refuses to give up the
Oh
body
my
and
God.
carries it with him.
I'd like to.
No
use
one's
my
taken Lathrana.
healing
See ya.
surge.
If I had strength, dude, I would. I don't think I could carry you.
Yeah,
The
I've got
halfling
minus
isn't,
1
that's for
strength.
sure. No, I guess that means no one is.
See, this is why you play a kobold. Like, anyone can carry you.
Well, this is brutal. We're not like what? It's one thing for someone to live to die through failed death saves. It's another thing for
Yeah.
them to die by being left behind simply because we aren't willing to carry them. That's rough.
Did everyone live from the collapse?
Stop
Durandal
asking questions and
roars.
keep running.
All right. Another 50 feet.
My
Zoom.
princess has fallen.
Just feel her a potion if you have one.
We have
You don't-
potions.
No?
Hey, I think the other elf fell down as well. You better get them. Might as well save one of them, right?
Durandal won't be doing it, and the halfling has no interest in saving a drow.
There's another one. Oh,
So
don't let
it's-
the dark elf.
Sorry. Click my tongue as Durandal doesn't take the bait.
I lived for 4 turns. I'm not sure if you can repeat the medicine saving throw or not, or whether it's just.
I think,
I think
you can
other
repeat
people
every
can.
turn.
Sorry?
I
Can
think you can.
Oh, okay.
So I
Right,
think,
I
like-
thought it was just other people could, right? Yeah.
Oh, come on, then.
Well,
Does
he's not very
Durandal
good
want
at-
to try again?
He'll get it on the
Alright.
second try.
She breathes! She breathes!
Yeah, I like to think that he like tries CPR and it just doesn't work, but he refuses to give up and like thumps her
Exactly.
chest and
Oh.
just
Gets
finally
that heart
she breathes.
started again.
Should I go back
Yeah.
for the dark elf?
Vexpor's gonna do it. He's gonna swallow his fear of the demon. He wants to be the hero. He's going back for the dark elf.
Action surge and run away.
I don't have
What?
it. I used it last session.
When you get there, a Kuatoa is looting the corpse.
I run
Oh, what the
5
hell?
I run 5 feet up to Dalgrim and try to slap some sense into him as I hold my ribs. Get
1, 2,
the
3,
fuck
4,
out of here!
6, 7, 8,
Right.
9, 10.
To the shore we
11,
go.
12.
And I'll start
Really?
running.
Lithrana, roll a d20 3 times.
This is how many items he's gonna steal.
Yeah, these are the items that he steals, that's right. Your small piece of leather, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Your charcoal and your bellying hook, he took them all.
Motherfucker. What charcoal?
He runs off before you.
What little bits?
I'm
My
gonna.
God.
So this is what it feels
Pick
like to
up.
be on the other side.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And then if I can, I'll run over here as well.
Oh, what are you saying? Sorry, Sword?
I will pick up the dark elf and run back towards the west.
Alright. When we reach the docks, we find 4 Kuatoas attempting to steal the boat from a hapless individual. Gran, what do you look like?
Oh, excuse me.
What do you look like?
He's a 3-foot-tall albino kobold, and he's wearing leather
Well,
armor. He's got a sword.
Oh, really? An albino kobold. All right. Well,
Yeah.
you have managed to secure yourself a boat. Perhaps you bought it legitimately, or perhaps not. I'll let you decide. In any case, 4 Kuatoas are attempting to oust you from the boat. They don't need the boat. They can fucking swim, but they're going to take the boat off you anyway. They tell you.
I'll burr at them too, and I'll draw my sword.
Is their response, which is legitimate in my opinion, at least.
Yeah,
Let's roll for
probably.
initiative.
Would you like us to roll as well?
Yeah,
How
it
about that
depends on if you're interested in saving the poor kobold or
I want
not.
the
He has a
boat.
boat. He has a boat.
He does have a
And-
boat.
Since
When
I'm a
I
hero, I'm
said saving the kobold, I meant killing the kobold and taking
Taking
his
the boat?
That's
yeah, but
it's a big
remember,
boat, mind you.
I'm a
It's
hero. I'm
take
not stealing the boat. I'm borrowing it with no intention of returning it.
Exactly.
Like, there's a difference.
Very big difference.
Who are you rolling initiative?
If we want to, we don't have to.
If you want to join the fight against these Kuatoa attacking a kobold.
Can I try to intimidate them to steal a different boat?
Can you beat Demogorgon?
No.
Why are
I
they
think I
spreading
can.
out so far?
It's chaos. It's the chaos of Demogorgon.
Has caused the tokens to expand.
Exactly. It happens in the abyss all the time. Tokens expanding.
Yeah, I'm trying to initiative, but there we go.
There you go. You initiative very well. I see your initiative is as big as mine.
Initially.
He's a shower.
All right. So poor Vexbor is still carrying the Dark Elf. The Durendal isn't slowed down by Mariel, but Vexbor is slowed down by Lithrana. The Kobold seems to be able to hold his own. He's a quick little bastard. I'll give him that. One of the Kuatoa is called a whip. The whips are like they're not priests, but rather they're the bastards that go around and make sure that you come to church. And if you don't come to church, you're a bad citizen.
Oh,
That's what their job
They'll
is.
beat you up. Or is it
Yeah,
more like
that's
social
right.
shaming?
Exactly. I was going to call them hall monitors, but the thing fact is that the monitor is their actual title. Yeah, that's what they're into. Is into theocratic shaming and to making sure people comply with social norms. Anyway, that's enough sociology from the Kuatoa point of view. There's one monitor, and there are 3 of the regular Kuatoa who will bow to his will.
It seems I need to take out the important one. I'll stab him with my rapier.
All right.
I assume that hits.
What did you get?
A 23.
Oh, that'll do this time. Yeah, absolutely. So I don't think they even have any armor.
Yeah.
They might. Natural armor, that's
So
all.
I'll use a blade flourish as well.
Excellent.
At defensive. And this seems important, so I'll Divine Smite him as well.
All right.
That seems like too much damage.
27.
What? And Divine Smite.
Yep. What did I
Jeez,
roll?
that's a lot.
What did I get on the 2D?
So it's 2 from
Oh,
dueling,
1d6.
1d6 from Flourish, and then 2d6 from Divine Smite. The d6 from Flourish is a 6.
Okay. So
Jeez.
I have the big AC now.
It is a savage blow, but not a lethal one. Where do you strike this overbearing fish thing?
Probably in the stomach. I think that'd be the only area I can reach.
All right. Straight through the belly. He says, as he attempts to pick you up with his clawed and webbed fingers. And then, oh, that's a good grab. And then he attempts to swallow you, because you're only a little kobold. When he strikes you with his claws, electricity comes off them like he thinks he's freaking Raiden or something.
When you have 21 AC and they still hit.
Yeah. All right, that's the Kuatoa, Zulk. The only ship out of here is on a kobold. It's a big boat, probably only meant for about 6 people, but you could fit 10 on it in a pinch, like right now, particularly if you evict the kobold. But he is the guy can fight. You just saw him drive a blade straight through the belly of a spellcasting Kuatoa. He's surrounded and he's holding his own.
I'll run forward, loading my crossbow as I do, and then I'll take a brief stop to aim directly at the kobold, and then I'll aim slightly down to hit the Kuatoa.
Aiming lower than a kobold. That's pretty hard. You obviously needed to aim, but it was but you lined it up with precision.
Oh, would it be counted as an ally? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that will depend on the pair of you agreeing that you're allies.
He's being distracted at least.
Yeah, and so let's put it this way. I guess it really only comes down to Garn. It doesn't really come down to Zolk at all.
They're not fish, people, so I guess they're friends.
Yeah, so what action do you take to try to ensure that Zolk's strike is as lethal as possible? Like, hey, you big dummy, why don't you come after me? You know, that sort of, crap. What do you do?
I'll tell them. Because I still got my blade in him, so I'll try to, position it so that he's facing away from the people. And that must be... I think that'd be pretty easy, because he's already, facing away.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense, right? Yeah.
Sneaky breaky.
This is into the wounded fellow, to the monitor, right, Sash?
Yes.
All right, for a total of 36, as I understand.
That is.
What would you call... tell us about the blow that doesn't quite sink him.
I guess it hits him in the back of the head, and it's like that thick part of the skull, and it's just like the point just barely penetrates into his brain, but it's not enough to kill him instantly.
Or he just forgot his name. That's about it.
Yeah. Gets into the tiny little cerebral cortex part, which is harmless against the Kuatoa. You've got to kill their fish brain to actually kill them.
And then as for my movement, I'll run up here. And that would be 10.
All right. The Kuatoas are going to rip this little halfling into several pieces. One throws a net on him. Not quite right. 19 won't hit, will it?
Gone. I think you said his AC was 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
I
thought.
defensive flourish, so that added to my AC.
and you're lucky that you did. Your agility and tell us what a defensive flourish is from your point of view. Like, I'm thinking Puss in Boots right now, surrounded by trolls or some shit,
Yeah,
and you've got this like tiny little 2'6" dude with a sword managing to keep away these 200-pound fish to keep them off him. How does that work?
yeah, I think definitely like acrobatic style. Like he's not really like clashing swords. He's just sort of like weaving around them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It makes a lot of sense. And yeah, so you're only knee height. And when you're knee height, well, that means everything else is groin height.
Makes a good target when you've got your sword.
That's right. They've only got cloacas. They don't have genitals per se, but cloacas are vulnerable too. Dalgrim knows all about that.
He's gonna dive right into this bunch of
Cloaca.
cloacas on this ship.
Yeah.
He'll dash 45, 1 foot on land, the other foot starting to get on this boat, and he bonus action rages for he because he cannot take another action.
Because you dash straight onto a fungi, which is kind of a boat, you can make an acrobatics check.
Sure. Here we go.
Cloacas are vulnerable too. That's right. Trending right now on Critter.
Critter.
On your Critter feed. Yeah, and so you balance quite perfectly. It's really a wonder of nature to watch you run up there at full speed, charging like a little bulldozer, and then when you delicately step on there, you barely cause a splash in the water. Magic.
I got me sea legs.
Hello, dwarf man.
Need help with these fish?
Yeah, I don't have time to play now. There seems to be a big demon nearby.
Aye.
But
That's my turn.
I can swim.
Well, I can't very well, not for very long.
Then I will protect you. But get the boat.
Alright. That's me.
Same.
Sane is going to take aim. Yes, take aim with his new wand and fire an Eldritch Blast.
Fireball.
That whoops, that's not a selector. At that one there, one that's been
At
hit.
the monitor, no worries. You strike him in the back of the head, but you just can't break through that skull to reach the fish brain. You keep hitting the cortex instead, which all it causes him to lose is his language. So instead of saying he says.
And they all look at him like, that's not a word.
All the other fish look offended.
Exactly. It's like, dude, you can't say that. This is, just because Demogorgon's here doesn't mean you can act like that.
And then I'll just move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and say to Zolk, "You can't make fun of me. I'm very injured."
Excellent.
He's
Yeah,
going
Vixball.
to
Yeah.
move. I assume my speed is halved while carrying.
Yeah, that's
and-
right.
Okay, yeah, then he's just gonna dash up there.
Alright. I give you 9 out of 10 odds that this place ain't gonna be here tomorrow. Alright. Gone the extremely brave.
Who said they were injured?
Oh,
Me.
There's a few very injured people.
yeah.
He'll be like,
people.
"You don't look too bad," and he'll throw. But even though it's like a sort of insult, you feel better. I'll throw a bonus action healing word on you, and I'll stab the fishman again. You don't take 21 damage. You heal 3.
Thank you.
Oh, alright. So,
Does a
we
17
have a
hit?
healer. That's bullshit. Now we can't get rid of the kobold. He heals people.
I'm
17 will hit.
I'm too important to get rid of now.
You've been elevated to second most important member of the party after whoever's perspective we're talking from. Alright?
8 points of
No.
I
damage.
think we
Good
can
do
all
Fishman.
agree on Spore.
Yeah, well, at least Sawn, at least Vexbor can assume that.
Where
he's
is
the most.
4?
Where is Spore?
Oh god, we've dropped the mushroom!
We've
No,
left.
no, Stool is in my hood. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Still, not Spore.
Yeah,
Spore
yeah,
is
yeah,
much
yeah.
more Spore, though.
you protected him.
I concur to what he said though. Yeah, Spore. Anyway, Stool is the most
Stool.
important.
True.
That will so that will be an execution maneuver. The Kuatoa monitor is at last slain, and as they drop back into the water, they begin floating, kind of like a pontoon for us to stand upon.
Come on, I killed the boss. The others should run now. We should be good to go. That's how it goes in the book.
I hope.
I look at the fish people. Like, are they following the script?
Probably. No, not really. They seem to be joining in the madness. It appears that they don't even necessarily value their own lives. They are caught up in the savagery and the fury. They've got spears, for example, and they just toss them aside so that they can bite you instead. Zolk.
I'll run up to here. I'll pick up a, I guess, makeshift paddle or whatever is on the wharf here, and I will grab Stool out of my hood, hold him in one of my hands, and just press my nose right up against him and take a deep whiff one last time. And throw him into the boat and jump in after him and begin paddling.
All right.
There he goes.
The Kuatoa. One turns towards facing the dwarf and attempts to bite his head off, and the other tries to swallow the kobold whole. But neither of them are. They're like gropers, just big, wide open mouths, and they try to engulf you, but it's easy to duck and weave outside of their range.
One more?
There is a third one too. I didn't even see it. This one goes for the kobold as well.
Yeah, that gets me.
Almost. Oh, it does,
No,
because your
it's
fire
only last one round.
working. Right. So the kobold sort of disappears inside the guy's mouth, and he's only got these little albino legs poking out. It looks like a giant toad swallowing a small rat or something.
All right. I'll step into the boat fully and try to expel everyone else. I'll go for the one consuming the kobold. So if I do accidentally kill the kobold, I have plausible deniability. And I'll use reckless attack and bonus action flaming flail to activate the flame. And this is the one that's trying to eat him.
That's him.
Bonk.
Boom. Oh, he vomits up a kobold.
Almost got him. And I think that's about all I can do.
Wow, is that
but
the
really
fire?
nice.
You're so cool.
And then the one I hit has ancestral ghostly dwarves harrying him, just insulting him in dwarvish. And that's my turn.
That's pretty humiliating.
So
You
can
don't
mark the
even
one?
have a beard.
They have like the Fu Manchu whiskers.
Yeah, like the baubles. That's it. Yeah, catfish baubles. Moustache isn't a beard. It's in a
Hey.
porn movie.
If you could mark whichever one I hit, please, with the
Alright.
ancestral protectors.
This gentle fish.
Lovely. And that's my turn.
Scene. I'm gonna live forever.
All right, Sane, looking at Zolk trying to leave, looking at the kobold they don't know and 3 things to kill, and looking at the Demogorgon. He's gonna try to jump on with Zolk. I healed you.
No! This boat is full!
I
Not
don't
enough.
care. I'm coming with you. Look, I'm you, and I transform into him. You wouldn't kill you, would you?
I've got
Zolk,
enough.
you're coming with you.
I've got enough stool in this boat as I hold up stool.
Jump in anyway.
It's like, oh great, you've got a life raft. That's fucking fantastic. Now I'm definitely coming with you.
Go. We have to go now.
I'll shove the paddle into your hands. You're paddling.
I'm injured.
I'm injured too.
Fine. Start paddling.
Now's your chance, Zulk.
Wait a minute. I'm him. He won't do it. He's too
Paddle
self-obsessed.
towards the moon. What moon? Always was.
Oh my god, you're right. That was pretty good, man. That was pretty good. Alright, Vexmore.
Yeah. I think we're going for this boat over here.
There's a big cage in your road on that boat.
I think it's like a barge raft thing.
Yeah, I'm sure I can get around it.
Oh, it might be a crab cage. Who knows?
Yeah, I thought it was like a giant.
Yeah, I
cage.
just thought it was like a raft, kind of.
Yeah, probably a raft. Yeah, I'd say it's probably a raft made of zerk wood or something like that. Yeah, it's pretty hard to tell. Like the map is. Anyway, yeah. So Vexpor, you're just going for another boat, are you?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. All right, Garn. Everyone else seems to be escaping except for you.
Yeah, but there seems to be hostiles on my escape vessel. It's a good thing we have a dwarf there. I mean, the stories say they're pretty good fighters, so I mean, I trust them. So I will.
Oh shit!
Am I dead?
He's
Yes,
killing a
that
bunch
was
of
all
things.
at you.
Oh,
Did you see-
it's like pinging everything.
He's
There's
just
chaos.
going for it.
There's just chaos everywhere.
He was lagging, but he finally caught up. Yeah. All right. Nice one.
You just hear this from the, as laser beams fire.
It's like the
across.
fucking War of the World when it just starts going through the city.
It's time for my
Precisely.
it's time for my messages. I'll cast Shield of Faith and I'll stab the injured one.
Excellent.
If they're my couch. And since I've got an ally, I guess I can use panic tactics now.
Yep.
Oh fuck yeah!
If my couch sheet will behave.
It's one of those abilities that I would have
24.
thought they might have gotten rid of in the characters, but obviously they didn't. And so it's pretty brutal, particularly for a rogue.
At 9.
9 points is enough to take him out. Leaving only a pair of fish left in the boat, while Zolk presumably makes haste and gets away.
Now that I have a motorboat, I will turn my attention to this last, or second last fish here, as I will cock my crossbow again and let fire.
Pew.
15 hit.
15 will certainly be enough.
For 9 points of damage. Oh, that should be an extra d6. So
Yeah, you're sneaky. Did a lot of
Well,
damage compared to
10
that.
points of damage.
All right. It's a good injury, but not a decisive blow. He can sustain another one of those yet.
Then I'll try help paddling with my one hand. Just Paddle, paddle, paddle.
Dip your hand in the water.
Do we make it any length of distance?
Yeah. Maybe make an athletics check. When we do some paddling, we'll make an athletics check, and that can be how many feet we move.
Okay, this will be negative.
All right, you barely push off from the edge of the ship. It's such a negligible distance that there's not even worth recording.
Yeah, but you can annoy everyone by putting your token slightly off center.
Absolutely, like trigger all of our collective OCDs. Since as D&D players, we probably
Right.
suffer.
It's way more annoying than I thought it would be.
Are you a strategy game enthusiast? You might have OCD as well. All right. Kiwatoa leaps on the tiny little kobold. He's a lot easier to eat than the dwarf, so they're going to bite him. Not even close.
I am difficult to hit.
You are difficult to hit. Dalgrim.
I turn my attention to the one immediately adjacent to me, and with the momentum from the first hit on the other one, I'll swing around and smack him over the head
Okay, it's like you're a fish. You don't need to be on the boat. Go away.
with a reckless attack.
Go swim in your damn water.
13
Ouch.
probably doesn't hit. It does.
It will.
For 17 points of damage on this one.
All right. Crippling him. But he should know when he's dead, but he just refuses to die, even though he's currently literally on fire.
And then I'll kick the land and try and push us off a little bit.
All right. You can make an athletics check at disadvantage.
Sure thing. But at advantage, so it's flat.
A good call.
For nat 20.
Brilliant. Brum, and you power out a good 5 squares, putting us all around about here or something.
Fuck yeah.
Sorry.
I think these four could have moved at some point as well.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Onto the
Take
docks
it.
or something.
I
If they
imagine
wanted
seeing
to.
everybody. I imagine seeing everybody jump into their own boats and every man for himself, basically.
Yeah.
Darren probably would have jumped into this one here.
You've squished us up a little bit.
And Jim Jar sees that like you guys are really slow. Oh, come on, I'm only a gnome. There's only like a 3% chance that my addition's going to weigh us down.
Jim Dad, no! There's already not enough room on this boat with 2 of us.
You're like a really tall Zolk.
Taller, slightly more handsome, Zolk.
Unfortunately, this isn't the end. The water is filled with large stingray-style creatures. They were the creatures that were initially ravaging the bodies, and they ravaged the ogre when they ravaged the ogre when the first sacrifice came out. I can't help. I really can't help but call this a Steve Irwin as it leaps out of the water and attempts to drive its barb through the chest of the kobold.
Why did we come into the water?
Steve died how he lived, with animals in his heart.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty savage. There's the second time in Australia that a stingray killed someone. The first time happened in my hometown when I was a kid. It was pretty big news back then, too. All right, so that's a reaction, so that's not what we're going to do. When a creature provokes an attack of opportunity. Right. So he can't use his stinger. All he can do is leap out and try to gnarl you. No. For 3 points of damage.
The Ixitsachitel.
Yeah, I was just reading that name. I really want Arctic to pronounce it.
I will try. I think I've done it correctly in the past. Let's have a look. Ixitzachitil. Ixitzachitil.
Sounds something like that.
Ixitzachitil.
I mean, someone just hit their keyboard making that name. Come on.
Aztec stuff. All right, and the other ones rush towards the nearest boat, which happens to be Zolt, and they too leap out of the water and attempt to feed and feast.
Yeah, second one will hit.
Dodge it.
Oh my god, I have 1 hit point.
You're still alive. Jump onto the other boat, quick.
So that was Dalgrim's go, wasn't it?
Yep. So they go after me.
Alright. They go after you. Sane.
Sane is going to do something I haven't done before. 15-foot cone. If I can get that.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I will use Dragon's Breath. I'll use Dragon's Breath of ice, like cold damage. Since I'm a shadow sorcerer.
Why don't you do shadow damage then?
Ain't no shadow breath.
There's a shadow dragon.
Cast at level 2. For 12 points of damage. Unless
Brilliant.
they save on a DC 13.
Fuck
they
off,
don't.
Ash.
Which they don't. And while it's not a lethal blow, it's enough to at least drive them underneath the water. It roasts them. They've suffered some pretty permanent injuries, and they're not in any mood to die without a good reason. So yeah, they try to retreat underneath the water, but for the moment they're still burning. You've just scorched them, and they're dancing around in agony. Vexball.
I will lower my baggage into the boat. And can I use my action to cast the protection from evil?
Mm-hmm.
I always get Lithrana?
Yeah,
Mm.
either other.
Yeah, I'll cast protection from evil on Lithrana with Dawn. Because if more of those dudes pop up, I want to be able to focus on fighting them.
Perfect. Garn the Brave.
It's time to stab a fish.
That'll do it.
And I'll give bardic inspiration to the dwarf.
I feel invigorated.
I'll be like, smash him hard.
It's what I'm about.
Excellent. So that was 9 points of damage. It's enough to impale it, and we'll probably drive it underneath the water like the other ones. Although, again, like its brethren, it isn't slain outright. The Kuatoa monitors are dead. They're out on the shore. They're engaged in their endless civil war. Those of them who don't have the sense to retreat during this chaotic period. And another one of those fish swims through the channel, but Vexplorer is waiting for it when it appears over the edge.
I know.
Or is it waiting for Vexball?
That's the jam layer. I'll try that again. Never whisper. That'll hit.
Is that against me?
Yeah.
I will cast shield.
Brilliant. You will not regret it. Trust me. You will not regret it.
Don't like that.
Zalk, these things are burning alive right in front of you.
Yeah, I'll sort of take the barb out that got stuck in me, and I will. Oh, I suppose it bit me, right? So I will grab down into the water, try and grab its tail, and cut it off at its base as it's squirming about.
All right.
So taking out my dagger. Never mind.
You tried, but they're slippery.
If you're not gonna paddle, at least kill them, you fucking useless idiot.
What happened to your voice?
What do you mean? I'm you right now.
This is what you sound like. Don't you know that?
Oh my god. Maybe I am better off dead. Well, I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage and move to the other side of the raft.
All right.
Can
Get
I
as far
push-
away as yourself as you can.
Can I push Jim Jar into the space I was in?
Absolutely.
You fight them. Go on.
I don't like my chances. Dalgrim.
I'm gonna take out at least one of these, and then I'll smack the one adjacent to me again with a reckless attack. Flaming Flail. 24
Crunch. Devastating.
for 17 points of damage as I uppercut him with the thing.
Well, you had literally 1 hit point left, so you can knock his block off
I
completely.
chuck him into the water towards the fishes so they can
Oh.
feast.
Brilliant. They go frenzy on his face.
Quick, let's get out of here. And then I guess if I can have an interactive object, I'll try and like grab a paddle or something that may be on the dock edge or
Perfect.
on this dock edge.
Excellent. And the one that you threw meat to goes under the surface to devour it, while the one that got burned go under the surface to try to quell their injuries, and we turn to Sane.
All right, seeing as they've gone under, I'm going to try to push off from the dock with the paddle I've got. What was it, Naf? Acrobatics, athletics?
Yeah,
We're never getting off this dock.
athletics, yeah.
Athletics. All right. Come on, -1 athletics check.
Might be getting off this dock.
19, natural 20, -1.
Good thing I have a dwarf on me because my character was even worse. There's no way he could paddle this on his own.
Magnificent.
I look at Sane as he pushes us off, guised as me, and I go, I had no idea I was that strong.
This isn't you, you idiot, it's me!
You know what they say? Impersonating is the honest form of flattery or something.
I don't think anybody says that.
All right, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Okay. And Vexpor.
I will attempt to hit this thing with my what's it called? Dawnbringer Booming Blade. There it is. 18.
With an undead? Vampiric?
Great.
Or is it just...
That'd be cool if it was, because that'd be an extra 2 radiant.
They are not undead, actually. They are simply called vampiric due to their the nature of their attack.
Okay.
Brilliant. And you bring the weapon down on the creature, and you carve off part of its tail, and the stinger flaps around on the surface while the rest of the creature attempts to escape. It's not a lethal wound. All right.
It probably
No,
doesn't.
it doesn't understand the nature of booming blade, so It does try to flee. What happens then? First of all, it regenerates.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, lightning
It
will
grows its
crack
tail
through-
back. Yep.
through its body and electrocute it, just further amplified with the water.
Brilliant. Is that the 2 thunder damage that, or is that
Yeah,
separate?
that's the 2 thunder damage. I'm gonna need to make like an actual macro though for level 5 when I start dealing initial thunder damage as well, just because I have so
Excellent.
many damage modifiers.
Well, you can make it the macro now for as we sail away out onto the dark lake, its
Jeez.
impenetrable depths cannot even be seen through dark vision. We witness the annihilation as the 2 heads of Demogorgon fighting with each other, roaring at everything that they can find, obliterate what remains of this primitive civilization, one of the only settlements in all of the North Dark.
Breathing heavily, I just look back at the destruction. What the hell was that thing?
I don't know, but it's much more powerful than the Sea Mother, it seems. Maybe
Well,
that was their true god.
Well, let's keep rowing.
By
Maybe we
let's
can
you
find
mean me,
land.
right?
I mean, look at me. I'm on my last legs.
So am I!
Jimjar, you take over. We need to rest.
Jimjar, take the paddle if you're gonna be useless on this fucking thing. I'm turning back. I feel disgusting like this.
3 gnomes in a boat.
Oh my god, do I really sound like that?
Unfortunately, yes, you do.
Hmm.
Turn back into a dark elf.
Now I kind of understand why people want to kill me all the time.
Yes, you're insufferable.
And mine is mine in the Gahan's boat noticeably further ahead in the water.
I think so. You got the power paddle going on.
Look, little man, we're trying to get to like I don't know, the Dark Elf place. Have you been there? Where are you from?
I'm from a cave. I have a dragon.
That's not useful. Well, we're just trying to go.
So, do I know much about the area?
Let's explore that right now. Okay. Okay, let's explore that right now. So, who are your people? Who are you? A member of an albino kobold race, or are you a freak?
No, yeah, he's basically a freak. He's part of a. He's not a young dragon, but like from wormling to young dragon. Like he's sort of part of the horde, and the dragon's got like 10 other kobolds, and sent this one out to, like, because my character had a theory that if you pretend to be good, like do the things like heroes do in stories, you get treasure and don't die at the end of the story. And the dragon was interested in this because he doesn't want to die at the end, so he sent me out to do that.
Oh, that's quite a fairy tale. Do you have any objectives down here in the Underdark, or are you just another person trying to make their way and survive?
It's just either prove his theory or find like a story by like a good author about an evil dragon who doesn't die at the end of the story.
All right.
So I can take that back to him and just prove to him that, hey, look, you're not going to die. We can just live in this cave.
All right. Perhaps if you reach the surface. After all, you've heard that the biggest, baddest dragons live on the surface. So maybe if you can make it there one day, then you'll find what you're looking for.
Yeah, I think that's why the other dragon hides in the Underdark, because it's too scary above the ground.
Yeah, fair call. A lot of bigger dragons up there. Badder dragons.
But as you notice, my character is a paladin as well as a bard, so I guess the way I'm playing it is that slowly, like, it's sort of infecting him. That like being a hero.
Yeah. What's something heroic that you've done in your career?
He's probably like protected a fair number of people getting ambushed in the Underdark,
Cool.
and he's probably done the thing where they go to reward him. He's like, "No thanks," because that's what heroes do, and then gets disappointed when they actually don't give it, like insist on rewarding him. Because like
Indeed.
the script is you insist on not taking your reward, but they insist on you taking it, and then you like reluctantly accept it. But like they
You
just
haven't
didn't.
had a single kiss from neither a man nor a
There's-
woman
there's
has
no-
offered you a kiss
There's no
yet.
princesses down here.
Bullshit. You got to get to the surface. All the princesses are on the surface.
But I found a wandering band of vagabonds. So I mean, there's this adventuring party.
Well, looks like they're going to want to go to the surface. People like these can't survive down here forever.
And with that, he'll turn to you. He's like, "So you guys, are you an adventuring party?" And he looks excited.
Well, a prisoner escape party, more like it.
From zeros to heroes, like that's so cool.
Well, I guess, but not if we end up as zeros as well.
Yeah, but we're heroes, so we have to win.
Well, let's just keep winning then, don't we? Let's keep paddling, and then let's get away from that thing on the horizon.
The dour dwarven barbarian, just like in the books.
What do you mean, just like in the books?
He'll pull out his one book and start reading you a story about a dwarven barbarian who kills things.
Is it portrayed very positively and heroically?
Yeah, because the dwarf is the main character.
Oh, sick. Oh, very nice. It's about time us dwarves had some
Yeah,
representation.
it's one of my 3 items, a book of stories.
Lovely. You keep telling me stories so this doesn't get so boring. I'll just keep paddling.
Yeah, so the next story will be, what is it? Robin Hood, but instead of Robin Hood, it's a dragon, and instead of the sheriff, it's a lot of gnomes, and the dragon kills the gnomes and takes all the treasure and keeps it. But
It
otherwise,
doesn't
it's the,
sound much like Robin Hood anymore.
otherwise it's the same story.
Steals from the gnomes and kills the gnomes. That's his motto.
steal from the gnomes and give them death
Yeah,
to
but
the gnomes.
he does it benevolently, so he's a good dragon, so he doesn't need to die at the end. I wrote this story. Do you like it?
I don't quite know. I don't understand the moral of it.
Well, the dragon's a hero, isn't he? I said it.
Just because you say he's a hero doesn't mean it makes him a hero. Look at his actions. Look, if you make a story, I can review it and we'll work on it.
He'll nod, and he'll get stat. He hasn't got anything to write, so he'll just look at his book and try to remember what he's like thinking.
Starting book club.
I guess. How long are we on the barge? Like, where are we going?
Yeah, I don't even know. Where the fuck are we going?
Well,
As
We're gonna drift until like a lake shark eats us?
as
Whatever the-
far away.
whatever the case, I will begin a short rest on the mushroom if we
Brilliant.
have time.
You
So we'll
mercifully get a
say-
long rest, but where do we arrive for our long rest? Do we pull up on like an island, or is there a dead whale or a giant turtle that's asleep? Where do we sleep? Where do we get our long rest?
I guess as we're on the boat paddling, just as far away from sloop to bloop as we can, I am like asking Stool, does anything look familiar? I'll shake him a little bit. Anything?
He doesn't think so. He didn't pay much attention, and he's only very young as well. He's sorry that he can't help better, but he doesn't know what to do.
So,
Mhm.
why are we
Ah.
bringing the fucking useless mushroom around anymore?
We need him.
Well, it doesn't sound like it. He doesn't know where we're going.
What? We need him, so when we do find the Neverlight Grove, we can rest up and perhaps find a way out of here.
So he
Oi,
gets
any
to
you
live for a while
fools.
longer then.
Yes, and you know what? He smells good. Better than you.
What? I haven't showered in ever. I've been
Yes.
lost down here before I found you.
I don't care for your excuses, and I'll hug Stool closer and,
And
sniff him.
you. Oh, you smell like you're in a cell full of shit.
I
In
am,
fact,
as I look at him
it
intently.
smells like there was a goblin that was eating the shit and getting it on you or something.
Well, your perception is quite acute. You're not far off the truth.
Disgusting.
Yes, he was. I'm
Sleep
glad he's
over
dead.
there. I'm sleeping over here.
That's fine with me. And I'll pat
Back to
Stool
back on
like
this tiny little thing.
I'll pat Stool like a pillow and shove him under my neck and go to sleep until we reach the shore.
Brilliant. So yeah, it's a pebbly beach. A little bit of moss on there. No trees, obviously, to speak of. Just a rocky island, perhaps a giant stalactite that's been weathered away by countless waves. You managed to pass out on this uncomfortable, rocky, isolated shore. There's no water here. There's no food. Do we have any?
I have food.
We all have food.
Do we have
Sure, we
water?
bought some.
I do
Oh.
not.
Wait, I still have a water skin.
All right,
I-
you can empty that water skin.
Oh.
I'm sure we bought food from.
And-
Yeah,
the
so
room.
But what about water?
Latrana rolled for 2 hours of unconscious too.
Yep, that's fine. Like you'll wake up during this feeling parched and hungry, mostly
Yep.
parched.
So I'll paddle over to other boats and I'll hand out my 23 rations of fish and fungus.
All right, everyone starts eating it, but your mouths are really dry and pasty and very hard to eat without something to wash it down.
Look, I could squeeze this tome over your mouth and all the goop will come into your mouth.
Ugh.
I'll use some plot convenience to make it taste better. It's like,
It doesn't parch your thirst, unfortunately, and you're left with that dry, crusty feeling where your lips begin to crack and break, and every word that you speak hurts. And you're just feeling very faint as well.
Let's try to find somewhere with some water. Not.
Wait, this is probably seawater or is it fresh
We haven't
water?
tried it yet. We haven't tested it.
I'll pull up a little bit, sniff it. You can probably smell it, can't you? You gotta
Yeah,
smell.
at least taste it anyway. Probably not smell it, but taste it at least. And
Oh,
it becomes quite clear it's brackish. Yeah, it's like drinking mangrove water.
So you could boil it out?
Boiling it out would get rid of the water and only leave the salt.
I have to boil it really hard.
but what if we
Means
put
reverse
a
osmosis.
piece of metal above it so that the mist hits it and turns back into water?
Maybe? I don't know.
I read that in a book. The hero did it.
What's the name? Bear?
No, Grills.
Oh. Never heard of that one.
I doubt you'd have heard of him.
No, mine was a survivalist, went to very dangerous places. Yours just sounds like a guy that boils water.
Yeah, that's what he did.
So, did we find out whether you know this area?
Not quite.
You'll know it well enough to navigate the Dark Lake. Yeah, you'll be able to get to Gracklstook. Probably nowhere else really. you can get in the direction of certain areas, like Neverlight Grove, which is also the same direction as Menzober Rand's End, but the Dark Lake doesn't lead there anyway. Sloop de Ploop and Gracklestog are the only two settlements of any note on the Dark Lake.
Yes, I'd be like,
Okay,
yeah,
take us.
I've been there before.
What's closer, Gracklestug or Neverlight Grove?
I'll say
Don't know where Neverlight Grove is.
I know where this one is.
I guess we're going there then. If no one's got any other, options.
We can probably I can probably find our way to Neverlight Grove from Gracklestug.
Well, it's there we're going then, isn't it? We need to find some water though. Maybe we should find a wall or the edge of this lake and try to find a water flow. Like an inlet.
Well, what's your name, by the way, Lizard Man?
He'll like spin twice and do like a extravagant bows, like I am Gan the Brave, a hero to be sure.
Oh god, another hero. And he looks over at Vexbor.
Aye, have you met Vexbor?
I'll turn to Jim Jar. I give him 5 days.
Vexbor's lasted longer, hasn't he?
Can I put
Oh,
them in my
yeah.
pocket?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
how do I take them?
What? No. Never mind.
My
You'll
master
know
will be
when it
very happy
happens.
with your 5 days.
I give him 4.
Cool, I
Just
have
say
9.
master.
Oh my god, it can count.
It's actually quite surprising.
Well, it can read and write.
What?
He's been reading me stories this whole time I've been rowing.
I don't
What
think even
stories?
Zolk can do that.
Yeah, you want me to read you one?
Wait, it's been reading you stories? You have paper?
He'll hold up his book.
Oh my god. I'll give you I'll give you 3 bolts for 3 pages.
It's my book.
4 bolts.
I don't have a crossbow.
Gold filigree? Would you take that for some pages?
I don't know what that is. I'll keep my book.
It's very valuable stuff. Please, I need some pages now.
Swipe your arse with the water.
Is he gonna roll a joint out of stool?
No.
You need like some butcher's paper to roll up still.
Why you need pages?
All right, well, well, never mind. And I'll go down the shore a ways, and you'll hear the faint sound of splish, splish, splish.
And
Nobody drink the water, especially now.
We need to look for like a waterfall or something.
Can Satan look around to see if there's like a drip from way above? Just water
Oh
dripping
yeah, you
down?
might make an investigation roll.
Investigation. There. 19.
Yeah, you'll find enough water for one person.
Satan tells no one and sits under it with
His mouth
his
open.
mouth open. Yes, exactly. I
Alright.
don't have a canteen.
You better
You are
not
not-
fall
you-
asleep like that.
You're going to be okay. The rest of them maybe not, but you're going to be okay.
If we're on a shore.
Yeah,
Like
it's like
the wall.
imagine a stalagmite the size of an island, and the surface is covered in pebbles.
I actually have proficiency in stuff like that. Is there like a moss or something I could filter the water through?
Maybe make a survival check. Yeah.
From what I know,
And not
from-
advantage?
No. All it comes out is brine.
what I know about stalactites is stalagmites rather, is that like water drops from the ceiling, right, and makes a sediment. Can anyone climb to the top of this stalagmite and get some water?
If
I'll
anyone can
race
climb,
you
we
to
have
the top.
an empty pouch. We have an empty pouch we can fill.
Yeah, I'll race you to the top.
I can't.
It's just like an island where you are. Like the stalagmite emerges from the water, and that's about all. It's got a pebbly scattering over the top of it, but it's just an island. But it happens to be made of a stalagmite, like most islands. Honestly, most islands are.
Oh, so there's nothing to climb.
Nothing
Okay.
to climb. There's stalactites right up above somewhere, like right up high, but you can't see them.
I have some crab that I have left over. That's some sort of juiciness in it.
No, the fact that it's preserved means that it's dried.
Sane will wait till he's gotten his fill of water and then go ask Dalgrim if he can borrow his canteen or his
What
water skin.
for?
Well, look, come here. Come here close.
What?
I found water.
You found water?
Say quieter, you fool. It's not much, but I think I might be able to fill the water skin after a while.
Is it like a drip or a trickle?
It's a drip.
Well, better fill it up then.
Of course, yes, give it here.
If I catch you pissing in it, I'm knocking you over the head with it.
I'm not gonna piss in your water skin. Not yet, anyway.
I might
We're
have
not
to
at
rely
that
on
point.
that. I heard the legendary bear once did it.
What? Who is the legendary bear?
A survivalist.
A survivalist. And you've
That's
met
all I
this
know.
survivalist?
No, read his notes.
Oh, I haven't read that one.
He's a warrior bard. I'm
You
sure
know,
he's a dwarf.
I think I might have heard of him. I'm pretty sure all that's all bullshit. He stays in fancy schmancy inns when he is supposed to be off in the woods.
That's horse crap.
Oh, I don't know. I've never met him.
Well, quick, grab the water. You're letting it go to waste.
Right, of course. I go and you know, every once in a while move the water skin out of the way to put my head under it and then move the water skin back.
Does anyone have any barrel stalks?
Barrel stalks.
No, I don't. Many did we?
I thought that we had some.
I have little bread spores, whatever they are.
Nah, bread spores aren't going to help you.
Those
I
are the
remember-
things that
I
dropped
remember
off
the
the big ass
barrel stalks.
tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. No
I remember the
stalks?
barrel
No.
stalks, but yeah.
I have a ton of
But-
Jubilex. Is that tasty?
You can try.
Does anyone want to have a go at this, Tom?
I don't think we're that desperate.
I run my finger on it and smell the liquid.
I think like if we just have a rest, we'll be able to find water.
We got to get off this island ASAP. Everyone have a good sleep, I guess.
Yes, well, I suppose I'll take watch.
Wait, you're a new magic person, right? I've seen you do stuff.
Me?
Aye.
It's just plot stuff that happens around me because I'm a hero.
All right. Can you use your plot stuff to figure out what this is?
And then I show you a black oily like vial.
I suppose would it be survival? Like what check would it be to figure it
I
out?
have identify now.
That works,
Oh.
yeah. The survival's good enough. Not great.
14.
That's alright. Yeah, that'll do.
It's the vial from the Jubilex temple, that the second vial that we didn't identify.
Ah, right. Okay, let's go and have a look at what that might. No, I can't remember what it is. I used to until like a week or two ago. Now, anyway, I'm back on it. Okay, so one was a potion of greater healing, and the other is an oil of slipperiness.
Oil of slipperiness. Is that like freedom of movement or something?
Yeah,
Spare vial?
basically. Yeah, that's right. A freedom of movement plus all grease.
Oil of slipperiness.
But there's only enough water here for Sane and the dwarf to get their drinks. So the rest of you, when you complete your long rest, you wake up with a level of fatigue. You will die in 2 days without water. And with that in mind, maybe you should just stay here on the island. At least you know you do have water. It takes about 6 hours to collect enough water for one person. 4 hours, 6 hours, something like that. About 4 hours. So if you want to, you could just camp here, and at least then you would know. Well, you would hope that the water stops dripping. I guess you're fucked. But you would hope that that will be enough for you to all get enough water if you're willing to wait here essentially a day or two and risk death in the process.
I changed a spell like over like the course of a night.
Right.
Do we level up to level 5 as well after the long
You
rest?
do. That's right.
Hell yeah. That clears all status effects, right?
What?
Not this time. Not without water, it won't.
Is there like a large like, I suppose like a little dip, like could be like a bowl where you could like cart water to?
Yeah, little craters, absolutely.
Yeah, so I'll pick the largest of the crater and I'll just put water into it.
The kobold
shit.
pours water out of nowhere.
I mean, the dirty water from the river.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so you take the dirty water, pour it into the
Yeah, so
crevasse, and then it purifies. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll cast Purify Water onto it.
brilliant.
Food and drink onto it. I'll just point as like plot convenience. I need water, and it'll be clear.
What? Is that safe?
Yeah, heroes don't need to worry about water.
You're the bloody only useless dang spellcaster we have this whole group.
What, useless? He looks hurt.
No, the most useful, sorry. You're the only one that's not useless. Is that what I said?
I think you said useless first, but he's happy now. Yeah, he'll drink some water.
All right, and
It's not
yeah, with a deep, refreshing gulp, your fatigue begins to lift.
Everyone, water.
Ooh, water.
The cold
Give me-
bone did it.
Give me some. Now.
Don't be greedy, it's a fucking pot of it.
Begin
Look,
glugging on it.
I looked to San and to Lithrana, and
There
is
we go.
Mariel awake now?
Yeah,
I imagine it'd
yeah,
finally be here.
See,
definitely.
Garn is a hero, is he not?
Hey, look, how come you guys can't do this? It's magic.
I-
This is
I brought you what? I mean, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
mag-
I mean,
magic of a different nature.
Well, why don't you guys know nature magic then?
No,
I d-
different nature, not nature magic.
I'm not a druid.
His
It seems
powers
you're-
seem to be divine.
Well, perhaps you all just need to get, a little bit better at it, maybe.
Yes, that must be it.
You clearly don't know how magic works, do you?
Well, if I did, I'd be a magic person, wouldn't I?
Have you tried being a better person? That's how I got my power.
I don't think they can.
what?
Except,
No.
except for
that's-
maybe Mariel.
That's not true. I'm the best person I know, and I don't know magic.
No, we're talking about the ones that can
No,
already
I
do
don't.
that.
I don't. I mean, I'm obviously the best, but I mean, have you tried being good? They always win. Like, have you read the stories?
I am good. I'm good at killing.
You have to be good at being nice. That's how you win.
You read
I
me
am nice. I've saved like 3 of you at least once.
I saved you back, so we're even.
See,
And
you're
I
a hero.
saved
You
you
saved
back.
someone. Now you have magic powers.
Someone saved me once. I can't remember who.
Ahem.
Oh, no, you saved me plenty of times, I'm sure. But when I was unconscious in the null area.
Well, it's not like we're keeping score or anything. I've saved 10 people.
I have been keeping score, and you definitely haven't.
I've saved 11 people.
Well, maybe I saved some people before I met you. Hmm?
I doubt it. You're a bit of a shithead.
Well,
And
we've got water.
What happened to them if they're not here anymore?
Like I just present Dalgrim like a new car. Huh? Huh?
Right, if we're supposed to be able to see on the map, I can't.
Fight for Dalgrim's love!
All right, there's
I haven't put him down yet.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's worried about dark vision or anything made up, and
He saved me. And in return, I'll save him anytime he gets in trouble. And much like I've made that vow, I'll not harm any of you unless you harm me.
Oh,
And then
before
my
the long
retribution
rest,
will be righteous.
before the long rest happened, would I
Yeah,
have been
sure.
able to dispel magic my club foot?
yeah, and it works. It works.
Right, cool.
The spell magic you clubs. You stupid orb foot.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have a
Oh,
effect?
but you have to
Yeah,
roll a d10,000 to see what happens when you cast the spell.
Yeah, I was
magic.
waiting. I'm gonna get like another club foot. You watch.
Should I
Club
roll a
head.
d10,000 for that shield spell, or
When did that occur?
when we were escaping?
No, there's
mean-
no phase rest at the at bloop to bloop to bloop.
Are we in phase
They know
rest
better
right
than
now?
to.
What was the question, Sash?
Are we in phase rest right now?
Yeah, you can't see it. There's no glowing lights or anything around it, but it's lingering. Or perhaps it's not phase rest, but rather a wild magic zone. But the effect is identical in any case.
One
Do I
for the
need to do
purified
anything?
water too.
I'm just making up the token for the kobold.
Do I need to roll D10,000?
No, have you cast this? Oh, because you cast the water, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you will.
So what's the deal with this?
That's it, a
Phase
D10,000.
rest.
No, I mean, like, is it like just weird magic here?
Yeah.
We don't know, but yeah, it's wild magic, but you've got no way of even identifying that. At least until it happens, and then then you know about it. So 5,421. Okay, cool.
And I got
5,000.
3,351.
That's one at a time. 5,421. Okay. My goodness.
Uh-oh.
You turn into Demogorgon.
Okay, I'm going to give this one to you in secret because I will forget, but
Oh,
you
no.
will remember. Like a player will remember this about their own character. I'm positive. Okay, Lithrana.
Uh-oh.
Lith.
I'm scared too.
Is Mariel still suspicious of Lithrana?
Sane.
Insane, yeah.
There you go. Never mind.
Wow.
I reckon. Like what?
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 The fuck?
What the fuck? So your character doesn't know that, but you know I'm going to
Yeah.
forget. So don't you forget.
Yeah. Fuck
Alright.
me.
I don't know what
reckon.
that is. Is
3,
it
3,
good
5,
or is it
1.
bad?
Who knows?
Who knows?
That's funny.
It is. It is. That's why. Yeah.
Gotta
And
cast
3,
more
3, 5.
spells.
Yeah, like this table's fucking great, man.
Club foot? Fuck yeah.
Alright, 3, 3, 5, 1. Alright, this one's going to be even harder to remember, so I'll whisper this one as well. And your character doesn't know it, but you do, and just try to remember.
I'll just put it in, like, as a feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've done.
I got all the good ones. I can't be affected
call
by
it
bad
club?
smells.
You call clubbed foot a good one?
Hey, it's better than like I'd rather a club foot than some of the ones that I'm sure are on there.
Magic BS. It gets its own category. Alright. So, all's well that ends well. You, your boats don't go missing during the night. You aren't attacked by meros. All in all, since we've met this kobold, I guess things are looking kind of up.
I mean, the
like-
kobold's looking up as well.
He is.
Hey, he's 3 feet tall. He's the tallest kobold that is possible.
That's heroic indeed. Everyone knows that tall people make better
Yeah.
heroes.
He's
Really?
almost as tall as, like, the shortest gnome.
Maybe you should have been 4 foot.
Kobolds don't get that tall.
In your heart of hearts, they could.
I
Yes,
heard that there was
over-
a took that was big enough to ride a horse.
But he'll
Yeah.
tell you another story of but it's like the three little pigs, except they're gnomes, and they all get eaten by a dragon. And it's gold, and the dragon takes that too.
What's with this dragon and eating gnomes all the bloody time?
Well, it's my master. He likes the stories.
What kind of gnomes?
Is there more than one type?
Aye, I'll point to I'll point to Zolk.
That's a deep gnome. There's Verfneblin. And then there's like surface gnomes.
Are you sure he's not a goblin?
That's what I've been saying.
No, goblins are much wirier and uglier and meaner.
It's surface gnomes. They're the annoying ones.
Hey, they can be. They're pretty shrewd. Very talented craftsmen, though. On the smaller things, of course.
just
Nowhere
tasing me.
near as good as dwarves.
Who's tasing you?
That's just lightning lure. Yes, are we back on the boats going towards this like settlement?
We probably should, go to Greckelstuk. Can you do that water thing every day?
He counts. It's like, and he holds up a 7 fingers.
Every 7 days.
No, 7 times.
7 times a day.
He'll nod.
Oh, I don't need it 7 times a day, but it's good. Pretty good, in fact.
He'll say, I can also do this. He'll cast Fairy Fire, and everything will glow green.
Put that out!
Roll a T10,000.
I forgot about that.
Is there any?
And when you say to put it out, he'll drop the concentration.
Hey, my speed increases to 35. I'm now a faster wolf.
Ooh, 9,637.
That's a
That
high
high
roll.
sounds like it's going to destroy the kobold, right? 9637.
Kobold dead.
Oh my goodness. Everybody roll a D33.
Oh no.
Oh, please no nightmares.
We're all instantly killed.
Alright. People have rolled higher and lower than me.
You're safe, export. Delgrim, you've made a lucky discovery. It's only a pretty big, they're only a fairly small island, rather, only a small island. But you kick over some pebbles and some rocks, and there's an old abandoned potion there.
I like step back when the lights start up and kick over a rock and hear the little clink, and I look down.
What's this?
It's kind of a silty yellow color. Imagine custard but made out of powder, like a very fine powder that's so fine that it flows.
Oh wow. I'll
Yeah.
Turn off your bloody lights.
But
Look at this.
Look, we found a potion. It's teamwork.
All right, I'll grant you that. Whatever.
If you
No.
give me 10 minutes, I'll be able to let you know what it is.
All right. I found
But-
it though.
I want to keep my 10
Yes.
minutes. Why should I give it to you?
So you have lots of days, remember? 9 days.
Oh, yeah. So I'll have 8 days, some hours, and many minutes.
That's right.
Well, you figure out what this is, and we should prepare to leave for Gracklestone.
All right. So 10 minutes later, you discover it is a potion that turns its drinker to sand.
Oh, fuck.
Like permanently?
I guess so.
Oh,
Oh my god.
that's how we're gonna end the Demogorgon.
It's a Demogorgon.
Oh boy. Force feed potion of sand to the Demogorgon.
God.
Come on, it's gotta at least have like a con save. You're gonna have to make that up, Arctic, at some point. Exactly what it does. You've been
DC
forced
99.
to. DC 99. We'll use that for evil. You know this.
Of course. I shall only regret getting the access to the deal with 10,000 tanks.
We're gonna fight Demogorgon, and someone's gonna like catapult a person up there with the potion, and then just pop the potion in Demogorgon's mouth.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Which one's Grady's character? Because he gave me 4 days.
Lithrana. I didn't give you days, did I?
Oh, who did?
I gave you 4 days.
Oh, okay. And that would be Sane.
All right. So we board back up on our vote. We can't live here forever. And since Gracklestug is the only destination that we know about, we head off in that direction. There's a few things about Gracklestug that a heroic kobold would no doubt tell you about. And that is, it's a nasty place. Kobold probably doesn't have a lot to go on, a lot to compare to. He can't compare it to the enlightened streets of Waterdeep or the beautiful rivers of Silvery Moon and so on. He can only compare it to the other Underdark settlements, and let me tell you, it's a mite better than Sloot de Ploot. Maybe not from a tourist perspective, but from a business perspective at least. There's a lot of business in Gracklestug. A note about the Duergar, I'm diverging already, and it's going to be a bit of a spiel, but I'm diverging already. The Duergar are an incredibly dour people. Now, you think of dwarves as being, I don't know, grumpy and grumble and unappreciative and not flippant, stoic. But the Duergar take that to the absolute extreme, to the maximum. The Duergar, for example, don't wear rings. They don't wear earrings. They don't have tattoos. Hell, they don't even wear colourful clothing. They don't even wear nice shoelaces or pretty belt buckles. They are as plain as can be imagined. They're almost uniform in the way that they wear themselves and the way that they behave. They don't consider it right to have open opinions or to speak openly. They're a very insular and highly conservative people. The one expression they do take pride in, the one thing that they are subjected to flattery of, is crafts. Whatever their craft is, weaponsmithing, salt mining, boat building, whatever it happens to be, whatever their craft is, Duergar will inevitably pour everything they've got into it. All of their creative spirit, all of their ingenuity, all of their heart and soul goes into whatever they make. And so that can be one of their vulnerabilities, I suppose, is that they are susceptible to flattery if it's done about what they take pride in. So back to Gracklestug. Gracklestug is a big city. It's a big place. It's probably bigger than Menzoberranzan, making it the largest city in the North Dark. A very large city for the Underdark, which is still small by comparison. Probably about 10,000 people, not including the slaves, who might be as double that. And that's a lot of people to have in a single underground cave, right on the edge of a lake that no one can drink from. To sustain that amount of people takes an incredible amount of ingenuity, a complex trade network, an extensive system of checks and balances, and it's all run by a single king, a single monarch. So that's enough about the geopolitical situation. Enough about their culture. There is one more thing, though, that a kobold will tell you, and that's that it's dangerous, right? Like lone people turning up in Gracklestug are going to get enslaved, and if they don't get enslaved, they're going to get arrested, and by getting arrested, they effectively get enslaved. So if you're going to Gracklestug, there's nothing wrong with that. It's probably a good decision. There's where else are you going to go, right? If nothing else, you can equip yourself, because they are honest dealers. They don't rip you off. If they make a deal with you, they honour the deal. Their oaths are unbreakable. They are the dwarfest of dwarves in many ways. And So when you get to Gracklestug, you're likely to be enslaved by random slavers or imprisoned and become a slave as a result of your indentured servitude, unless you're able to somehow blend in, which is a lot harder than it sounds. You know, if so, you might want to come up with some reason for why you're in Gracklestug, some excuse that justifies your presence and that gives both the criminal element and the legal authorities pause before they go ahead and exploit you. The other thing to note is that there is only a single inn that is safe in Gracklestug. If the kobold has been there, he will have been to that inn. It's called the Grolboron, I think, which is Dwarven for Boulay, which is adventurer tongue for land shark. So it's named after a monster. It's called the Grolboron's Lair, and it's the only place that it's safe to get accommodation if you're not a Dwerger. The final word, and this will be the final word, is that the Dark Lake District, which is obviously the one that's on the shores of the lake, is the foreign quarter. So as long as you come in from the Dark Lake, it's possible for you to blend and meld with the other foreigners. Whereas if you come through the front gates, you've got to go through the interrogation process and you've got to go through the Dwerger city proper. And that is inevitably a much more difficult affair than trying to lose yourself in the foreign quarter.
Is it like the Dwerger? They're like lawful. They're supposed to be lawful.
They're hideously lawful.
So-
yeah, they're evil because they live in the Underdark, and pretty much everyone has to be evil to survive. But they are an extremely conservative, trustworthy, loyal people.
So would like the argument that I can't be made a slave because I basically already belong to someone?
Do you have legal proof?
I mean, I'm a kobold. Kobolds are owned by dragons.
Yeah, well, that's okay. You don't have legal proof.
I have a sword that the dragon gave me.
What if they confiscate your sword?
Oof.
Yeah, like all of
Well, I
these
mean-
all of these possibilities. Perhaps you can argue your way out of it in a legal sense, but without a lawyer and some documentation, rather without a slave master, because if you're a slave and you're out doing stuff away from your master, that sounds like an escaped slave to me, and that's a criminal offense.
The only thing I can think of is perhaps Zane could take the form of a Dwergar.
And say that the rest of the party are his slaves.
Are we all still in that fancy clothing though, right?
Yeah,
Fancy
The
clothing?
illusion?
except
I,
for the
one,
kobold, we've all got fancy clothing. I think. Yeah.
Why
I,
is
for
that?
one, am not acting like a slave. I am nobody's slave.
You don't have to act like a slave. I have another idea. What
I
if
would-
I transform into a Dwerger and say that, we've just been told that they're very loyal and honor their word?
Have you ever seen
What
a
if I
Dwerger?
say that, well,
I mean,
no,
I assume
but
as soon as you walk into the city, you'll see one.
Aye, but then they'll see him transform now, won't they?
well, we
Look.
could look from afar. I could go invisible.
Dwarves are all the same. Doesn't matter what color they are or where
All
they're
right.
from. They understand business. And we are here for business.
We've got money.
I have seen a dwarf apart from you. Remember, I came to you as a dwarf.
Aye.
You're
I could
missing the
just
point.
Do you have-
change what the skin color is and say that you
And the
saved
hair.
me when I was
hair.
out there, and of course the hair saved me when I was out there, and I vowed to get you into the city.
It's got to be white. How about you
Look,
say
I'll try
I'm
it
your-
now. I'll try it now. I transform into a dwarf, the same dwarf that they first met, which was me, and with white hair and is it grey skin?
Slight gray.
Yeah, and
Light
yeah,
grey?
that's right. It's slate grey, so it can be dark grey or light grey, but it's always a pallid color of stone.
I'm gonna choose dark grey then.
Well, we have seen one Dwergar before in person, the one that the Kuatua sacrificed.
Ah,
I have
Oh,
an idea if you would give me a moment to explain it.
No, I like my moments.
Yes, well, you can have another one later. But how about we just go in there? We go in there and tell them we are here for trade. Now,
Aye.
obviously, they will think, okay, they have money. We'll just kill them and take their money.
But we do have money.
Yes, we do.
How many
but-
clams do we have left?
Shut up! You need to show that you are strong and can survive this hellish place. You need to give them pause and make them think twice about extorting you. And the best way to do that is to find someone that isn't a Duergar and kill them.
But that's against the law, I'm sure.
Well, then we'll find some wretch that they don't care about and make an example of him.
No, they say the law important. No matter who you kill, it's just the law. It doesn't matter if you're a hero. It's annoying.
I'm sure we'll find out when we get there, but I think at least one of us should look like a Duergar.
All right,
I'll
fine.
do it. I'll do it.
Oh, good.
Fine,
Transform
but-
into the dark slate grey dwarf. I'll model it off the dwarf that got sacrificed.
Might as well stack our chances.
But if your plan fails, then I'm killing the halfling.
Why?
That might not be a bad idea.
The whatling?
I looked at the halfling. Why the halfling?
Well, he's sort of. Look,
He's been here
doesn't
before.
matter
Oh, look, I've got an idea. I've got an idea. How about I'm a slave trader, you're my adventuring party that's protecting me,
Can I
and
be your
this
cousin?
is a new slave. Yeah, sure, you can be my cousin. And this is a new slave that we just got. Coming
the
in to
kobold?
sell it. No, the
Uh.
halfling, and I mean the kobold if you want as well. It doesn't bother me too much.
I'm sure the halfling has something to say about this.
Well, we'll knock him out. Her out. It out.
He's right here.
Knock him out now. Do it.
Look, I was just jesting. Look, I won't kill the halfling. I'll find something else to kill.
No, of course not. Not gonna kill the halfling or sell him into slavery. And
Look,
then
we
in
have
Dwarvish,
money.
I'll say in Dwarvish, no, yeah, we're totally gonna do that, aren't we? It seems like the best option right now.
Or a plan over. I don't think that is really.
I narrow my eyes at him
the
in
surface.
Dwarvish.
In Dwarvish.
I wish I understood what that facial expression was.
Narrowing your eyes in Dwarvish is much more like square narrowing. No rounded edges there.
Yeah, but it's only dangerous alone. Like, we can just go as a group. That you can't put us to slaves.
Look, if there's any
Well-
slaves, we can beat him and bruise him, but don't kill him, otherwise they'll, that's recourse for putting us in jail.
Yeah,
That seriously sounds like a bad idea. I think we go with me either being your slave master or
Fucking
you
ain't
know who
no.
being the slave.
but going to jail is a good thing because it promotes character growth.
Don't think so.
Well, you can go to jail and we'll get into the city. How about
We've
that?
already been
You can
in.
be the slave.
Look,
We've
we're
already
in
been in
fancy
Already a
clothes.
slave.
It's perfect. All
We're
right,
in
looks like
fancy
we've got our
clothes
idea.
anyway. We're in fancy clothes. We look important.
I've got it. I've
Finish
got it.
this.
Litrana, you're
Oh no.
you're here to buy some slaves. I'm showing you the slaves we have. This is your band of current slaves that are protecting you, and we get in that way.
My master won't like that. He'll get jealous.
It's only make pretend. I don't want to be a slave. Can I be like another? I'll just be a cousin.
You can be me cousin. You can be me cousin, and we go
Aye,
in like that.
aye. And Zork can be my friend. It's
So, well, they might mistake him for a goblin, though.
Oh no, they know Swerve Neblin, I'm sure.
I'm a merchant. That is all I am.
Gold trader.
Merchant,
He's got gold.
slave trader, cousin of slave trader, looking to buy slaves. The kobold can be a slave. Marielle can be a slave.
She can be a
That's right.
slave, but she can be
Vexbor can
He's a
also be a
mercenary.
slave.
He can be a mercenary.
Oh, he's a
heard that.
mercenary.
Hobgoblins are very commonly mercenaries.
True.
This
Why
sounds
can't we
like a
all
good
be
idea.
mercenaries?
Can we all just be mercenary? That's much easier.
Hey,
We're
All
all
of you want to be
equipped.
mercenaries, and
Can I be a hero mercenary?
we're
Aye,
mercenaries.
aye,
No, this works. We're mercenaries for hire.
aye.
That
We'll
way,
offer our services.
that way we might get some gold and we might find a venture which will take us to the surface.
Oh,
And it will give them pause because they will understand that we will fight back.
should I still be a Dwarger?
Wait,
Maybe I've
why are we
hired
giving
you.
them pause? I think the wolf needs it.
wait.
I'm ready to strangle it already.
Aye. We'll pretend we're mercenaries, and we can
I
find
start rubbing my temples.
we can find some sort of trade caravan that goes towards the what's the cloak? The gloom? No,
Neverlight Grove.
that's the one. That's perfect. Hey, we'll do that. Mercenaries
Alright.
for hire.
That sounds good.
My
Right.
little halfling man. Is this where we say our goodbyes? You know your way up to the surface, right? Wait, why am I going with them? You know your way up to the surface, right?
This is the halfling.
Yeah.
What? You're not abandoning me, are you?
No, you said you knew your way to the surface from Gracklestroke, right?
Oh yes. Well, I know people who can get me to the surface, which is kind of the same thing.
You filthy liar!
No, I'm not lying. I know how to get to the surface.
Yeah,
Ask someone.
He's
It's
standing.
that
You lied about how we would get to the surface.
you see, I don't think I did.
Look. We can still say we're mercenaries, and we should find your contacts or whatever. And if that
Yes,
falls
yes.
through, then we're forced to go to the Neverlight Grove.
Yes. You see, we should find them in the Dark Lake district. The Gruelborn lair is where I've been told to look.
Aye.
Right.
Well, you better be right.
Well, we've discussed this enough. Well, what's our mercenary group name?
The Happy Halflings.
Garth and
shut
friends.
No.
The
It's gotta be
heroes.
something less standoutish and more brutal and to the point.
Killer heroes.
No.
The Night's Edge. Yes.
There's no night down here.
Yes, there's always night down here.
I think he meant knight as in like a knighted person.
It's a play on words. It's like the knife's edge, but Night's Edge.
I think Still wants to say something.
What is a stone?
Jimmy fell in the well.
Very good friends forever.
Yes, I like.
No. The Duragar won't respect that. Something. It's gotta be like a resume, but in one word or two words. Or
A
three words.
resume in one word.
The,
A resume in one sentence.
the
How about Sword
Decimators.
Throat?
What about the Dwager mercenaries?
No, we're not
What?
Duragar though.
But it'll trick them.
No, wait. The very
Cool,
strong
but,
group of fighters.
No. We need to strike fear. The unbeatable, the inscrutable.
The scary boys.
All right. You're not allowed to give any more names.
The lawful lashers.
Are we lawful?
Well, it
The
sounds like the
Duragar are.
best name so far. Lawful Lashers.
That wasn't supposed to be to the. He'll just whisper spooky voice.
I don't know. Axe
Look,
and Shield Company.
the name of the mercenaries is
Company,
important
company.
and all, but there's something more important. If I'm a Dorgar, what the fuck is my name?
Dave.
Can I recall any Duragar clan names? I'm sure I've come into contact with them enough on the because since we have a Underdark travel route that we have to maintain between Citadel
call.
Empire and a bunch of other places.
Yeah, that's right. The fact that we do have an Underdark trade route, the fact that you're a dwarf will give you advantage on your history check to see how much you can remember of your Gracklstugan history lessons.
I read some. Let me give it a go. History.
8. I'll use my inspiration, sure, to
Alright.
re-roll that. 19.
Okay. I don't know if I can cut and paste this. I would, but it's going to be too hard. I'll see if this works. The cut and paste might work.
Durgar. Stanley
yeah.
Gracklestug.
Oh, that actually works better than I thought it would. Yeah.
So there's
So they're divided into. These are the noble families basically, and they're divided
Yeah.
into their industries.
Do you know any like trade? You were good at crafting it. This might give you an edge.
Am I good at craft? Well, no, not really.
Like not even making clothes, shoes, anything.
Oh, no, I've just been escaping my entire life.
Look, I know how.
I can play a
Look.
dulcimer.
That won't matter. They don't care for art much. I know a bit about stonemasonry and smithing. Which one do you want a quick rundown on? Crash course.
Smithing.
Right.
Hit metal with hammer.
So, like, in between now and then, I'd like to tell him a lot of things about smithing so he can try and remember and pass himself off.
Weaponsmithing, armor smithing, smelting, or tool making.
I think smelting's probably the easiest one.
I think you're probably right, actually. Yeah.
So I'll give him a rundown on smelting and
Your clan Firehand. Make up a first name.
Clan Firehand. Steve Firehand.
No, that's human name, you
Oh,
blasted.
so fuck. Oh. Dal. No, that's you.
That's
Oh,
me.
Dalgarm.
That's pretty
That's a
lame.
cool name.
What about Molgard?
Molgard. I mean,
Why did he guard the
I
moles?
guess it does.
I don't know. It's just an acronym of Dalgrim, I guess.
Molgard.
Molgard of Clan Firehand. Sounds believable enough to me.
Write it down and remember it.
So, am
Molgard.
I Garn of Firehand?
No,
Yes, yes, yes.
you're not a Doragar.
Oh,
So,
okay.
getting back to our mercenary name, what about our regards? That way, people can hire us and send us out.
I like that. It's pretty funny.
You can send their regards.
I like that actually. Yeah.
Good.
Hey, yeah. Let's go with that one. That's good. I mean, it's not like a resume in one word, but I guess.
It's like an advertisement and what do you call it?
A calling card?
Yes, like a calling card. It's a
Slogan
slogan.
at the same
yes.
time.
Oh, my master will think this is so cool. He loves stories with parties of
Molgard
adventurers.
Firehand. Look, your clan Firehand knows all about smelting, and I'll tell you as much as we can before we get
Oh,
All right,
please do.
Make up a persuasion roll to attempt to be a good instructor.
yeah.
And Sane, make an insight check to be a good student.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Insight is where is it? Shit.
I like keep going on tangents after tangents, and during tangents I go on to more tangents.
You try following him, and you're doing the best you can, Sane, but the fact is that he's not even fucking talking about smelting anymore. He's talking about, like, different properties of wood and chemistry and metallurgy and shit. He's not talking about smelting at all. He spent more time talking about weaponsmithing and armor making than he has about the actual smelting process, and you don't learn shit.
Can I
Dal-
I guess-
Dalgrim, you're
Hey,
not
hey.
giving me any useful information. I still don't fucking understand.
Well, you just don't need. You're just not learning properly.
Oh, you just all you said about smelting was get the fire hot.
Look, it's easier to learn smelting through doing it. How about we say you were sent up to my place or something, and we did a terrible job, and no, that's true.
how about I tell you a story about a famous Loxodon Smith? He was good.
It might
What-
help.
What the fuck's a loxodon?
Yeah,
It's,
what the fuck is that?
I see where this is going.
it's like a mammoth, but a man.
Wait, hold on a minute. Does it get eaten by a dragon?
He gets killed by a dragon at the end.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, go on then.
I suppose, and mechanic, he'll tell you the story of Roz the blacksmith.
Alright, you have disadvantage to use persuasion, and saying you have disadvantage on your insight check
Yeah, but
because mythology is no way to learn a new trade.
And I'll just keep calling bullshit whenever he embellishes the truth.
yeah, no, I mean, the entire story is embellishing the truth. Performance.
I'll
Yeah, alright, performance is fine,
20
yeah, at
that's 11.
disadvantage. So at 11 and 16, well, it proves to be a shit ton more insightful than Dalgrim's attempt to teach you. So, like you learn a bit about the process and the application, and it's all told through a relatively compelling story. Although you are distracted by references to the companions of the Loxodon and their leaders. Travails are far more interesting to you than any story about some elephant.
Tell me more about the one that betrayed them. He sounds kind of cool, actually.
This is an
Do some
inside
pretty
joke that
interesting
people
magic.
will not. Look, this is gonna be real boring for Sawn and mine.
Yeah,
Let's move
I
on.
just wanted to bring up the reference quickly and then leave it.
So you've learned a little bit about smelting, enough to get by. Zolk, would you roll a d20, please?
Fuck, doing this dwarf voice hurts.
It's easy for me.
Salvers.
Dalgrim, a d20, thank you.
All right. Look,
Your throat is salved. You
I-
no longer have a horse throat.
if I just had a smelter on me right now, I could teach you, practically. It's better.
Thanks for it.
but you don't-
D20.
It's not my fault. Maybe we'll find a look. Pass yourself up as a youngin, all right? Can you turn yourself to make yourself look younger? Maybe lose a beard.
Lose the beard. Or maybe just shorter beard?
Shorter beard.
Shorter beard. Less wrinkles, right?
Less wrinkles. But
Alright,
some.
alright.
Especially in between the brow.
Some wrinkles. Oh, in between the brow. Alright, alright. This is more
Plenty-
useful than that
a lot of
entire fucking talk you just gave me before.
Oh,
And
it's
go
not my fault.
bald. Go bald.
Bald? Alright, alright. No hair.
They don't grow hair very
Wait.
much.
That someone needs to make a roll.
If Expor's there, he may be absent.
I am here, but I'm dealing with something. What?
No problem at all, man. Marielle, a d20. Yeah, no need to explain that.
Okay, yeah, very sorry.
No worries at all. Sane, a d20.
Alright. Whoops. 15.
Okay. Roll
Draco
a
mirrored.
d10 and a d12.
Me?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Sane, a d10 and a d12.
A 1 and a 10.
Oh, 1 and a 10.
One's troll, and I don't want 10 trolls.
Oh god.
Roll 3d6, please.
This is how many hands they have each. Oh,
That's a good round number. We have hit a sandbank. The Dark Lake is incredibly inconsistent, and perhaps we're going over a flattened stalactite, an island that's only just a few feet submerged, or maybe this is actually the bottom of the Dark Lake and just happens to be right up here at the surface. But as we paddle along, grind, halt. Your boats come to rest on a sandbank. You're kind of stuck. What are you going to do?
push off it with the paddle.
Yep. Make a handle boat check. What's it called? A sea vehicles check. I guess it's a wisdom if you have nothing else.
Sure. I got nothing else. So wisdom, I guess.
I
Is
guess
this
so.
per boat as well?
Per
Should I
boat,
do
that's
also?
right. Yeah, per boat.
Can I just push it off pure strength?
Well, you can, but like when you do, you unbalance the mushroom and everyone falls in.
There's only two of us. We're good.
Yeah. So the pair of you on that boat, because the other boats are doing fine. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Jesus.
That'll be okay. So, although you set the boat a wobbling and you almost flip it over, you bring it under control.
Yeah.
And just as you're starting to relax and catch your breath, you're only going to fall in like 1 foot deep water. I guess there's that. That's pretty reassuring, but I don't think any of you actually want to step into the dark lake, even if it's only a foot deep. For all you know, it could be like a giant fish rather than a sandbank that you've just bumped into.
Spoilers.
Yeah, right. As you push off, you almost fall in, but not quite. Everyone can make a perception check.
Everyone.
Yeah.
And it's not disadvantage for change.
No, it's got nothing to do with sight.
Bah.
The 18s are good. All right, Marielle, you will hear it coming for sure. They're amusing for me personally. I enjoy them, and not much useful in a constructive sense.
The Demogorgon Fight Part 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Exactly. So, Zolk and Marielle, you both hear it.
It's a siren. Fly.
Several of them coming over the water steadily. They get louder as they approach, like giant mosquitoes.
I'm gonna mage armor.
Get free of that bank. Let's go.
What's going on?
I'm
Something's
doing
coming.
my best.
Can't
If
you
you'd
hear it?
help, we could get free quicker.
I'd rather stay on the bank and have solid ground to fight on.
Is it a dirge? Sturge?
They sound bigger than that.
I'm gonna step off the boat so I can have solid ground on my feet.
You have no solid ground under your feet. You step off the boat and you sink immediately in the silt up
Whoop.
to your knees.
And that's where I stop?
Yeah, that's where you stop. That's right. That's where you stop. It becomes compact enough. It's still not solid, but it's now compact enough that you're not going to sink any further.
Well, that may have been a mistake.
I think I'll completely disappear if I go over, so I'm better on the boat.
I pull the boat close. How much of my head's above the water? Or how much of me?
The water's only a foot deep, but you've sunk a foot deeper than that. So if you're a 4 foot tall man, it's up to
halfway.
your waist. Yeah, not quite. It's probably like getting your balls
Yeah.
wet in that really annoying position. You know, if only it was
Tickling your balls.
fucking, if it was only like 1 or 2 inches not so deep, then
I'm gonna
Yeah.
sort of move around a little bit to see if I can find a little bit of solid ground or if it's good enough to fight on.
all right. I guess make a investigation roll, and then we can roll for initiative as these bat-sized mosquitoes come into view.
Didn't roll very well. Huh. God, my rolls. Do I have advantage on initiative yet? No.
I don't think you get that until like
7.
10. Oh, right, 7. What is it called? Like instinct?
Feral
something?
instinct.
Alright, I'll take it off jam layer because it's going to annoy me inevitably. Alright, cool. So you guys all see them, if you have a dark vision of 60 feet at least, you will all see them out to a range of, I suppose, 60 feet. When they begin to fly in. So, Gun, are you able to do anything as these bat-sized mosquitoes come zooming over the still water?
I think they're a bit far, but do creatures in the Underdark, they don't like light, do they?
Generally not, no. A lot of them are extremely sensitive to them. A bunch of them aren't, but they generally don't like it. That said, light is the ultimate attractor. When, you've got no other sensory perception and there's a flare of light, it gets people's
Yeah,
attention.
'cause I'm thinking, if there's a small thing on the boat, I can cast light on it and just like throw it at them. So anything that's drawn to the light will be drawn to like the pebble that's not near us.
theoretically.
And they won't. They
Is
won't.
that your plan?
Yeah, I'll try this. I'll try that. I'll
All
cast light
right,
on a small object and just chuck it towards them.
You chuck it towards them, it lands in between them, hits the water, and begins to sink. You spot it glowing for about 10, 15, 20 feet, and after that, there's no sign of it.
It might spook them anyway, but that's my turn then.
Jim Jar.
Jim Jar is going to wait for them to get within 30 feet and shoot with his hand crossbow.
Brilliant, he's ready. Marielle.
I will. They beelining it right towards us.
Beeline. Yeah, they are. Bzzz.
Then I'll take the initiative and whip a fireball at one of them.
Cool. Bam.
19.
That'll take one out. Absolutely. Just utterly destroys it. Lithrana. You watch as a brief moment of a comet flies out from our boat and takes one of them out indiscriminately. What do you do, Lithrana?
There's probably about 6 within like a 40-foot cube, isn't there?
Yeah, that's a good number. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty
alright.
bunched up. Yeah, they're pretty bunched up.
I'll use my wand for the material component for slow,
Excellent.
and I will target 6 of the mosquitoes. They have speed is halved, -2 to penalty, AC and dex saves, and can't use reaction. And it can only use an action or bonus action.
They do
1,
get
2,
to make
3,
wisdom.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
1 succeeds. That's it.
Excellent. So 5 of them are slow. Vexboy, you can watch as the dwarf comically steps out of his boat and sinks up to his balls in mud.
Yes. I guess I'll just. I'm not too sure. Am I in the bottom boat or?
I'm not sure either, so I don't mind which you.
We have like
I
4
think you're in.
boats.
Okay, I'll just
And
be right here and I'll hold an action to booming blade if one gets adjacent to me.
Too easy. Durenda?
He'll hold an attack if one enters his range.
Excellent. The Sturges enter your range now. They 5 of them only travel 40 feet rather, and the other travel the full 60 feet. Neither of them enter combat, but they attempt to. So anyone who has a ready action, including Vexpor, is able to use it. 15 will hit, so all of those strikes will take that out. And even a slight blow is enough to eliminate several of these oversized leeches. Dalgrim.
I will sit in the water, put my shield above my head, and take the dodge action.
Excellent. Zolk.
I will plink away with my crossbow at one of them.
It's working so far. That'll hit. And takes it out instantly. I'm just saying.
Sane will unleash 2 Eldritch Blasts using Twin Spell.
Highly efficient.
It's
Only
12
one
hit?
of them hits, unfortunately.
Damn.
For level 5, they get 2 anyway.
Huh?
Isn't that how Eldritch Blast scales? It just gets more rays instead of.
Yeah, so you get
More
another
dice?
ray.
Oh, is it level 5 I get? Oh, I get it.
Yeah, but
Okay,
since we
so
can target more than one person, you can't twin it now.
Unless it
Right, yeah,
targets one
can't be
person,
twinned.
right?
oh, well,
Yeah,
I'll just take that. Oh, I won't mark off a sorcery point. I'll take that 12 as the other one.
perfect. Excellent. So yeah, you strike one, you miss the other. But yeah, you surprise yourself when you summon even more arcane power than you expected. You expect to have to tap into your reserves to pull off 2 Eldritch Blasts, but they just come to you naturally. Gone.
Still none of them are near me, right?
No. Yeah. I think a couple are. couple up.
I mean, like within sword range.
That's right, 2 of them are.
Okay. And, I'm alone, so no advantage. I'll just stab it with my sword.
I'm just in the
Excellent.
water unless you're next. If you're on the boat.
I'm on the boat, but I think it's within 5 feet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
we'll-
within 5 feet of the boat. I stepped
We'll
off.
say yes. It's not going to matter too much. They've only got
Okay.
2 hit points. I suppose it does for advantage. Anyway, yeah, they are within 5 feet.
Rapier.
And you stab it straight, taking it straight out of the immediately. And Jim Jar says, 99% chance these ones are all dead in a handful of seconds, boys and girls.
And unleashes another hand crossbow.
Fuck yes,
Oh.
Jim Jar. He owns this 2 hit point mosquito. Marielle, this isn't even sporting at this point.
Yeah, it is.
This is no longer a war, but a hunt.
Yes, there's one within 5 feet of me. I'll use Shocking Grasp. If not, I'll use a Firebolt.
They're both 40 feet away. These are 2 of the slower ones. Not quite. And misses it by just an inch. It buzzes out of the way. And Lithrana is up.
Just Firebolt. One of
Well, maybe when I deleted the Surge, maybe I deleted him from the initiative too.
I think it was between Vexpor and
Right, is it?
Mm,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he. Oh wait.
We'll go with that. It's so yeah.
I think they have less AC.
Yeah, Lithrana. The 10's not going to cut it.
Nah, cool.
Yeah, I
I'll
feel
just
like-
get to the back of the group if I can, like where I can't be targeted.
Perfect.
I think
And,
their reroll was 10.
And Vexpor.
If. All right. Is any close to me?
No, 40 feet away.
40 feet. Okay. Hold another action just in case for Booming Blade.
They finally get to enter the target, and they land on Dalgrim's shoulder and bite into his neck.
17 misses.
Oh, because you're dodging, right? Yeah,
Yeah. Jeez, that was a good fucking roll on that disadvantage, huh?
not too bad. So he starts draining your blood,
Oh, you
and
prick.
it's gorged immediately. It's absolutely gorged. Durendal, probably is in a different boat. I don't really mind how you envision yourself, but as long as we all know Dalgrim's on the sandbar, the rest of you can be where you think you are.
How many
Durendal.
boats do we have?
4 we took.
4. So I'll just draw out 4 little boats and we'll just put ourselves in like a boat. I guess.
Ours was the biggest, so I drew 1 boat here. The gnomes took 1 boat, right? And then Marielle and Prince Durendal took another.
Me and
And
Vexpor and one.
Vexpor
Yeah.
and Lithrana took another.
Yeah, so,
So the red
Durandal's
is the
not
sandbar.
in a position to really do anything.
Hmm.
All right, I didn't think so. No. Moving on to Dalgrim, who's right in the thick of things.
You bastards, and I don't have any sort of disadvantage to hit these guys while one's on me?
No.
Cool. I will recklessly attack both of them. I'll smash one with the flail, like holding the head of the flail and smacking it into the one that's on me, and
Comical.
then I'll just fling the flail at the second one. Oh,
I hope
that's
you get a critical fumble.
20 and 19.
Unfortunate. No, I wanted to see you knock yourself out with your own flail.
It would have been
Without the
funny.
rage, sorry. So 9 and 6.
Okay, this is a waste of our time. If there is any benefit to it whatsoever, it's that we've now got some nice fat sturges, including one that's full of dwarf blood, which is apparently delicious.
I think I'll hold on to this in case I start dying. Maybe it's a good replacement blood.
Just stick it in yourself and
Transfusion.
Yeah.
It.
Oh, and dwarf blood tastes good.
Who knows? What?
Wh-
Where are you
Why?
saying
Why
that?
do you know that?
It's common knowledge. It's in the stories.
Look, if I
What-
start to die,
What
squeeze this in my
stories
mouth.
are you reading?
He'll hold up his book.
Can I read some of these?
Yeah, he'll hand them to you.
I'll look through to see if I can stumble across a story about dwarf blood tasting good.
Yeah, absolutely. It's from the perspective of a dragon.
As I bet most of them are.
Yeah, like it's it's not. It's like parts of the book have obviously been torn out from other books, and parts of the book are obviously written by him. So it's like just a collection that he's sort of building up over time.
He's not lying. It says right here, dwarf blood tastes like cognac, whatever that is.
No idea.
Here, take your book back.
He'll take his book back. Well, it's not my book. It's my master's book.
Well, whatever his
Alright.
book it is, we got a ways to go to get to Gracklestone.
I guess.
I'll climb back in the boat.
Brilliant. Brilliant. And undeterred by the threats proposed by the Dark Lake, we set out again. I believe that was Sane's roll, Lithrana. A D10, no, a D20, sorry. Begins with a D20.
Yep.
I guess if we get a short rest, I'll be Song of Rest, and he'll tell you a tale of an armada of ships that gets attacked by a flight of dragons.
You only get to the short rest in if whoever is in your boat does all of the work.
Can you do all the work so I can short rest?
I'll try. So I'll be telling the story as I'm trying to pass it along. And it's pretty obviously just like a retelling of the fight we just had, but just more interesting.
There were
What's
100
wrong?
of them. there.
What was that, sorry?
Yeah, I rolled a d20 out the 70.
Perfect. A D10 and a D12, please.
Bang. Bang. 111.
All right, fun and 11. All right, and 11. All right. So this time, it seems that the sandbar just goes on and on forever. It appears inevitable that we're either going to have to get out and drag our boats through knee-deep water for however far you can only guess, or we're just going to have to find a way to navigate around the sandbar, which could take us hours out of our way potentially, or it might only take 5 minutes or less. So you've really got two options, unless you can think of anything else. Get out of the boat and drag them across the sandbar, or navigate your way around this extremely large obstacle.
Are any of you wizards?
I point to Lithrana and Mariel.
I nod, yeah.
I'll open my book. It says here they can move water. Can you do that?
I can't.
No, neither can I.
I'll turn to
I
a different.
can. It's
I'll turn
called a
to.
pedal.
I'll turn to a different part. It says here they can move like Earth. Can you do that?
No.
No.
Some wizards we got, hey? How'd we get stuck with the bad ones?
Well, you just drink your potion of Sandman then.
I'm not gonna drink a potion of Sandman. Wait, we've got two other potions in this bag of mine.
We have 2 potions at the bottom of the inventory, and I don't know what they are, and I'll toss them over to Lithrana to check.
Or I guess I spend my time doing that.
Where do they
Maybe
come
so.
from?
They're after we got 4,000 silver, got 1,200 gold, and some zircons, which I don't know where we got them.
I'm
The
guessing.
Q meme.
What's it
Do you
from
have
the
any idea how that narrows it down? I'm sorry.
Oh wait,
what-
they're
what-
probably the
what's
same
difference?
potions actually. Maybe. You reckon they are?
Sounds like it. We haven't picked up like that much gold a whole bunch of times.
I think they're probably the same potions.
How much silver
Oh wait, no, we found that in the
in the tomb, right?
in the tomb. It was in the tomb.
Yeah, yeah. I
Found
did
the two
do
potions
that.
in the tomb.
silver.
The other
Let's
two
have a look.
potions are from the Jubilex temple.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
4,000 silver, yeah. It's written there in the inventory.
So yeah, are we identifying them? Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay, cool. One is a filter of love, and the other is a potion of healing, greater healing. Filter of love and a potion of greater healing.
That'll come in useful.
The love of the healing.
No clue. Depends on the situation, I assume.
Now I'm pretty sure that love potion is stock standard love potion.
Yeah, I guess so. Filter of love. So I think aren't they like charm person potions? I don't even know.
Well, we can look at
Me
it
and the
later.
compendium, I'd say.
The compendium is our friend.
Look, Durandal, I think you're the only. Wait, Vexpor, how tall are you standing up?
I never measured. Stand up.
Come on, everyone measures.
He stands up. How tall do you think I am? I'm probably the tallest one here. Well, besides Prince Durandal.
There's no way you're taller than me.
Durandal's like he gives a stiff back and a high jaw when you announce him as Prince Durandal. Like it snaps him out of his slump, and he realizes, oh, that's right.
I'm
I
Prince.
kind of forgot I was a prince. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I told these guys I was a prince. What a laugh!
Oh, did we kidnap this guy to set him for ransom? I mean, it's not a princess, but it's close enough.
Oh, he's a prince, he says.
I thought you were a hero. Heroes don't really kidnap people and sell them, do they?
Can I have both?
No.
I mean, look, it's probably best if you two start pulling us through this muck. If I do it, I'm only wasting half my energy going through the water.
I need to brush up on my smithing.
Wait, can't you turn into something real tall?
Nope.
Why not?
Not I. Can't transform at all. Don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking
He's a
about?
method
He's a
actor.
prince. They don't transform.
No, he's not prince. That one's the prince. Look, are we going around or are we going through?
Well, going through is faster, right?
Should do, but it'll make you two pull.
I can pull a boat.
2 boats each.
Then I'll throw the rope around so that everyone can tie each other up or whatever, so that we can get this boat caravan
Oh,
going.
How about we put the biggest boat in the front and pull it, and the small boats can follow in its path. So you only need
Aye.
to pull one.
And then Prince Durandal and Vexpor can pull at the same time, like 2 oxes.
Is it all right? Is it decided?
I think
Sounds
so.
like
that's
And-
decided.
And one of you can have bardic inspiration. There's a wolf. You can fight for it.
What's our passive perception?
I'll take it.
11.
Ask
Mm.
Zoc.
Mine is 18.
That's pretty good.
12.
Vex, not Vex, rather Zolk, you will notice that our passage has attracted the activity of a rather large number of fish. The fish are not quite dinner plate size, about the size of a human man's hand. Fairly fat. They've got really big heads, huge heads, and there's enough fish here for everybody.
I will try to make a makeshift fishing rod. Do we have any more of those bookworms left?
The bookworms.
I'll
Oh wait,
I'll check my
I'm
book for
thinking of
worms.
something else. Never mind. Never mind.
Something you dreamed up, Zok.
Yes. Do we have any sort of rations, food,
We have
sausages,
my
meat?
Got
rations.
some
fish.
crab.
Yes, crab, that'll do. Give me
Pull
some
out.
of that.
Pull out my
What?
crab out of the bag and tear off a little bit.
You must be real hungry right now if you're looking for anything to eat. What are you doing?
There's fish here, you idiot. I'm gonna get
We-
us some
yeah,
more
we're-
food.
We're in a bloody lake, aren't we?
Yes. You've not seen fat fish like this for days. Well, excluding the Kuatoa.
I don't see any fish. What are you point them out to me? I don't see them.
As you're pointing them out, they are discovered all too efficiently by both Vexpor and the Quaggoth, because they find out the hard way that the fish are in the water with them when they go into a frenzy.
Piranhas.
Oh, wait. I think those are, well, they're fish, but I think they're quippers.
All right. So, a fish nibbles at your flesh, Vexpor. Nibble, 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 nibble. Or rather, it's GM layer. Once again, take that off. Never whisper. So try that all over again. It gives a bit of a nibble at Vexpor's leg. Vexpor, these things are biting you.
Oh, I'm gonna like shake my leg. Oh,
Ah!
Ow!
Ah! The next one gets advantage of its blood frenzy. Ah! Fuck! The same thing is happening to the Quaggoth. What's his armor class?
Not too high. Let me check. 13.
All right, so that hits. They go into a blood frenzy as soon as the blood hits the water. Ah! And they start mauling the two characters that are within the water. Roll for initiative.
Youch.
All right, I'm on the boat. Who drew the white
Ye-
boat? We should get rid of the square one.
Wait, which one? What color was it?
So, do they get all those bites off before combat?
Yeah, that's right. Like one of them nibbles, and they all get into it like an absolute feeding frenzy. You spot them, you can see them sort of swimming around. But when we mistake them for being something harmless, in fact a resource, it gives them the time to get in there and start feeding and feasting.
So we're surprised, not surprised.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's right. Surprise, not surprised. You're fully aware of them, and so they don't get advantage to attack you. But when they suddenly bite your fingers off,
No, I was talking about the attacks out of combat. That was basically the surprise.
basically, yeah, that's right. All right, Dalgrim. So there's blood filling the water, and these things are going into an absolute frenzy.
Get back in the boat, and then I assume Vexpor and would you have tied yourselves to the rope or just been pulling along?
I imagine I would have been pulling it.
Okay, so I won't tug you back on the boat. I'll jump into the water. I assume you're probably like 10 feet away from the boat. That's 3
That's
meters.
a good assumption. Yeah, like there'd be no reason to have more than 10 foot of rope. So
Yeah. So I'll jump into the water 10 feet and rage and start. I'll move over here where the quivers are.
yeah.
That probably should be there as well.
And I'll smash one of the ones. I'll do 2 reckless attacks, smashing the ones that are
How much
assaulting
damage did I take?
Vexpor.
27 damage. Wow.
I think he only took Jeez.
That's a little bit less than half my HP.
Nice. And I will, raging. I will recklessly attack these. One of the swarms attacking Vexpor.
Splash. Your axe proves to be an ineffective weapon, so
It's a
you get
flail.
disadvantage. Oh, it's a flail? Yeah, same thing. Yeah. Slapping a bludgeoning weapon against the water slows it down significantly.
It's just a flat roll.
Flat roll. That's what it'll do.
19 and 21. Those
Both hits.
ones are really staring at me in the face, aren't they? For
21?
yeah, 12, 14, 19, yeah, 21. 21
They,
again, closest.
Several of them float to the water. Several more of them swim away in the confusion. But there's a few that are feasting upon the hobgoblin's flesh and refuse to relinquish it.
And the swarm that I hit are now assaulted by ghostly dwarves being real grumpy and annoyed at fish that are trying to be
Alright.
an infestation.
Brilliant. Vexpor, these things have taken you by surprise. They've absolutely ravaged your leather jerkin or whatever you wear on your pants, on your legs. Bitten all the way through any boots that you might have. The things are some of the most vicious creatures you've ever come across in your life.
Yeah. Dalgrim, you can make a con saving throw, right?
I can, why?
I'm gonna thunder wave these guys.
You can do that in a direction rather than a...
I think it's a cube centered on me though, isn't it?
No,
From
that's
you.
thunderclap.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, it
and
says
it's from
each
you.
creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you.
Not centered on you.
Yeah,
Originating
originating
from you.
means
So
that
any
a
side of the
side
cube,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So then I can just hit everyone, but
you'll hit
Yeah.
two. You
We'll
can't hit all
assure-
three.
Don't worry too much about the positioning. It's not exactly like that. They're swarming all over the freaking
Right,
place,
okay.
you know. Right? So yeah, your thunder wave will hit them all.
wonderful. DC 14.
Alrighty, righty.
12 thunder.
Yeah, Thunder Wave's really weirdly worded compared to other spells, really.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the more injured of the swarms is completely dissipated. One of the larger swarms is half broken up and driven out onto the sandbank where they flip and flounder. But one of the swarms remains relentless and as frenzied and furious as ever.
No problem.
I was saying you are watching a documentary. You had heard that that Underdark quippers could devour a Roth in a matter of seconds, but you'd never seen it before.
All right. Sane is going to. What can I do here? Let's see. Really, all I've got is Eldritch Blast. I'll Eldritch Blast. I'll try to assist Prince Durendal by attacking each one of the swarms with an Eldritch Blast.
All right.
Ooh.
Nice.
Devastatingly accurate.
18 on the first one, 11 on the second.
Brilliant. Very successful. The first swarm that you hit with perfect precision half breaks up. There's only a handful of the fish left. The larger swarm, however, remains unperturbed with only 2 or 3 of the fish floating to the surface. Mariel, the prince is being ravaged. The blood that has filled the water has turned it a visible crimson.
I'm gonna try and do what Vexpor did, basically use the same spell.
Yeah.
A bonus action and then jump into the water and attempt to hit as many of them as I can with.
All right. You find that you can stand. You sink in like a foot deeper. It's probably difficult terrain, but apart from that disadvantage, there's nothing wrong with your stance.
Right. I will upcast Thunderwave as well.
Brilliant.
At third level.
All right. Yeah. So 3 of these creatures make their save. 1, 2, 3.
That's 20 damage to each then.
Crunch. Obliterating 2/3 of the fish, maybe 3/4. Leaving only a handful of them nibbling away in some furious frenzy.
I've got you, Darendil.
Hey, you've got me forever.
I'll flash him a little smile.
Ha
We've-
ha
we've-
ha ha.
We've both saved each other's lives repeatedly at this point.
Then perhaps together we can make life.
Oh God. Leans in for a kiss.
I'm a prince.
I misread the situation.
I am a suave Quagga.
Elf.
I mean, yes, elf, definitely an elf.
Well, elf, I mean, elf. I forgot myself.
Jar's gonna shoot at the last remaining swarm on Vexbor with his hand crossbow. See if we can get 1 or 2.
Bam.
6 points of damage.
Excellent. The one into Vexbor, right? Is what you just said?
Yeah,
And,
that one there.
Another big fat fish floats to the surface. So,
I will attempt to fire at some of these quippers and skewer a bunch of them with my crossbow.
brilliant.
Toof.
Excellent.
Assuming they're next to someone, but I'm not sure if I would get sneak
Yeah,
attack.
absolutely. You absolutely will. They are going crazy on Vexport.
For a total
A lot of damage.
of 29.
You somehow managed to impale 3 fish with a single bolt, and the rest of them all dissipate because they are so impressed.
Oh yeah, kebab.
Like a kebab. Fish sticks.
You like fish sticks?
Do you now?
Guess it's time to
I'll
go.
wait for them to float to the top.
It's time to go spearfishing, but I've got a rapier, but it's close enough, isn't it?
It's very close.
Yeah,
In fact, you don't suffer disadvantage with a rapier. It's perfect for them.
He'll swim over to them.
Oh, you will have to. Yeah, make an athletics check.
I have a swim speed
Oh, do you?
because I am that cool.
You have a swim speed. How incredible. All right, no worries.
So I'll
Swim
go
over and stab.
and I'll stabbo.
Excellent.
What
How do you
is
get a
swim
swim
speed?
speed?
Garn the Brave does not follow your rules.
Well, he needs to follow some rules.
There are no rules for Garn the Brave. I mean, other than not being able to hit the thing he swam over to.
Yes, he is still subject to RNG. And the Quippers turn their attention back to their targets. These ones are frenzying as they rush back in. They are knocked away. And sorry, you have something to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, the guy, how injured does he look? The one who's getting attacked in previous rounds?
I'll let him answer, yeah. So Durendal and Vexpor, how injured are you looking?
I got about half HP.
Okay, half
Darendil's
HP guy,
below.
you can have a healing word.
Yeah, Darendil's below 50% as well.
Yeah, 5 HP for him.
Wonderful.
And
The
that's the end of my
Quippers
turn.
that were
That's-
knocked away by the Thunder Wave run straight back in to harass Vexpor. Their numbers have dissipated quite severely, but they are still in a blood frenzy. There's only a few of them this time, though. A similar occurrence happens to the Quaggoth, who is actually an elf.
Why can't
Definitely.
they have hit for
Quag
4
elf?
damage the last time.
I reckon. And it's got to do with their hit points. They do more
right,
damage when
half.
they yeah, exactly. When
Yeah,
the swarm's
that's
smaller, they hurt. Yeah. So yeah, now that there's only a handful, deadly.
Try to claw up the ones that remain.
Brilliant. You rip and rend them, and both of those will hit. That tears you some fish. You catch them like a bear. And Dalgrim, you're in the water too, alongside your mate, the goblin.
I'll stand astride him and try to finish off his attackers.
I just got to say, like, it's only wonder that your ancestral guardians even turn up to they can tolerate your presence with the company that you keep.
They gotta they help who is important, who helps me, you know.
Things like
Uh,
just
no
imagine
one else
bloody
being
does.
this guy's like ancestors. Like, why is he calling? He's fighting fish.
Yeah, it sounds awfully open-minded, and you know what they say: an open mind is like an open fortress.
16 for 14 on the
That'll
first
do.
attack, and the second is a 25
Crunch.
for 30.
And you kill the fish before beating them into an anchovy-style paste.
And then I'll snatch up the kebab and any other fat fishes before they float away.
All right, you have a fish kebab.
Yeah.
It is a delish kebab.
I said,
A
can I?
fish shish kebab.
It's like, how
That's
fast do the little boats like travel along? Like-
About 5 miles an hour.
Because I'm saying like I could like gather up all. I can just swim around and gather up all the dead fish.
Wonderful. Yeah, and there's plenty of them here. You probably get about, say, 10d10. Roll 10d10. That's how much pounds of
Each of us?
fish you gather. Oh, no, I guess the kobold, since he's the one doing
Yeah,
the
you
work.
roll. I'll take a couple of pounds of whatever you get.
So 62 pounds of
62.
fish. Fucking heaps of fish.
And-
Heaps of it.
I guess since it's not good water, I guess the fish like would it be a survival check to see if the fish is like good to eat, or would we get like horrible diseases if we try to eat it?
Nature check to identify if it's good to eat. Survival check to cook it, if it is or if it isn't, I suppose, in either case. Yeah, nature will really determine that.
I guess
Nothing wrong with the water. It's just like salt water.
12.
Yeah, that's right. There's nothing really wrong with the water. That's right. Like, in fact, it's full of minerals. It's perfectly good water.
Okay.
These fish should be okay. It's a bit like eating something like a barramundi, which all barramundi eat is meat. They don't, have any sort of diet except for meat. And the same with these things. They'll eat anything made of meat, but that just makes them a really high protein fish. Tastes a bit like tuna.
I mean, God knows a story about a gnome that ate a bat and started a pandemic. So I mean,
It's always
It
gnomes,
happens.
is it?
yeah, always like they're the source of they're the source of all the problems of the world.
Sounds like fake tales to me.
Is that enough for 8?
Fake tales.
Is that enough for 8 pounds for everyone? Just about.
And I suppose I can still do purify food and water if there's any chance of it not being good.
Sure.
Do we put? I guess we'll put it on the big boat.
Sure, chuck it around.
Just swimming around the boat like throwing dead fish in.
You want your boat back, Zulk? And I'll unshish kebab the fish kebab.
Ah, yes, thank you. Wait, with the fish?
We gotta cook it anyway.
I suppose. You
We've
just
got
make
enough.
sure I get my share.
We've got enough for 8 fish for everyone. I'm assuming they're all 1 pound each.
No, they're up to 4 pounds. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
8
So there's
pounds,
about 30 fish altogether, 20
So-
or 30 fish.
2 fish for everyone.
I guess if they fit in the 5-foot sphere, I'll purify them.
Yeah, no worries. So you purify them. There was basically nothing wrong with them anyway, but and they're obviously fresh. But yeah, you just make sure. if they had any parasites or worms or anything like that. I don't even know if fish get worms, but I assume they do. Then you get rid of them.
I mean, getting food poisoning is inconvenient to the plot, but like you just need to get rid of it.
Absolutely, it's pretty serious stuff. I had it 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
All right.
We can get salt from the water, and then we can make the fish last a lot longer.
All right. Garn, roll a d20.
Will do. It's on its way.
Yeah,
14.
brilliant. A d10 and a d12.
5, 11.
5, 11. Ooh. Huh. All right. All right. So this sandbar just seems to go on and on and on. You drag the boats out, you clear it, you paddle on for another 100, 200 feet, fucking sandbar. Do it all over again and do it all over again, and you do it all over again a third time. And on the third time, when you're going through perhaps the longest and unfortunately the deepest part of the sandbar, or that's not really a sandbar when it's deep, but it's inconsistent. It rises and falls. So you have to having to get in and get out, get in and get out every 2 or 3 steps. While you're traveling through this particularly inconvenient sector of undulating terrain, Zolk will once again pick up the presence of others. This time it's humanoids. There's a boat of them, a boatload of them, perhaps even multiple boatloads of them, who can tell. And they're about 100 feet away, maybe, or a bit more. And Zolk, with your dark vision, 120 feet, it is, right? 120, right?
Yep.
Yeah, of course it is. You will see that they are Demogorgonna. They almost appear just out like phantoms. They must have seen you long before you saw them. And you gradually get further and further ahead. You've got the big, strong men dragging the boats, and so they're 20 feet ahead of you just by virtue of the fact that they're pulling the boat that you're on. And so by the time the Dwerg come into your view, you're absolutely certain that they know that you're there. In fact, they're looking straight at you. They have a keel boat. A keel boat is what is a keel boat? Like a little yacht, isn't it? That's a keel boat, like a little yacht.
It's
Like
a
an
cool
like
boat
that.
in
Oh, like a little
Scottish.
catamaran, I think.
I have to look it up for
I
myself.
googled it. They're just like those little boats.
Here's a little sailboat.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, when I said a little yacht, that's basically what I meant. Like it's got the really big thing at the bottom. Okay, that's what makes it a keel.
I suppose it like pushes through sand.
Yeah, I guess so. They're probably bloody stuck as well. Their vessel's even less suited to this terrain than you are. But maybe they heard you coming. For whatever sake, their keel boat is stuck within the sand, and it looks like it's fairly loaded up. Roll another d20 again, Garn.
Well, as they're
18.
Cool.
nearing us,
Or
I'll
you're
kick
nearing them rather. They're stationary.
All right. I'll kick Sane in the side and say, "Hey, put on your face. You're up."
Of course.
They might think I'm a Duragar too. It's all dark down here.
Remember, we're mercenaries. Our name is Our Regards, and we're here to trade and find work.
All right. Is someone coming with me?
We're all going.
I don't think we have much choice.
They might think I'm a Duragar too. It's only black and white down here.
Sure.
No one procure some light.
What about me?
You're
What
a
about you?
kobold.
Stay at the back and don't say shit.
Hey, I don't swear. That's rude.
And as we're nearing them, I'll sort of half stand up in the boat and wave in their direction. Hello there.
Halt! Halt your position. Do not come any closer. That is close enough. To like 80 feet away or something like that. Who are you and what are you doing in our waters?
We're mercenaries. We're looking for work. Our employer here, and I'll kick Saint. You do that talking.
My name is Morgard of Clan Firehand.
Oh, a fire hand. You have a very strange accent for a fire hand. Where were you raised?
I was raised in.
We raised him. I'm his cousin.
That's me cousin.
And where are you from? And who the fuck are you?
The Upper Dark.
The Upper Dark.
I'm Dalgrim.
Make deception checks. Both of you.
Oh,
No.
Where's this duergar?
He's my
Aye.
brother from another mother.
I see that you have a suntan.
like I said, the Upper Dark.
There is no sun in the upper dark. There is sun in the surface.
I go up there to trade.
What game are you trying to play with us?
It matters not. We're not here to kill you or anything. We're here to go to Gracklestug and trade.
Are you aware? What was the fire hand? Fire ward? What's it called?
Firehand.
Are you aware, Master Firehand, that this is a shield dwarf?
A shield dwarf. I didn't realize.
How could
But-
you not know that it is not one of your own kind?
It's just so bloody dark down here. Now that I get a good look
How
at it,
many
you
of them
see,
are
I've
there?
never really looked at him before.
Well, Lord Firehand, I should have you know that there is disturbance in this city right now. There is a lot of rebellion among the merchants. They are trying to get more rights than they deserve. I am a merchant, but I am an honest merchant, Lord Firehand. I have no desire to step above my station. I know my place in the world. But there are merchants within Gracklestug, who are trying to aspire to be as good as yourself. You must watch this one, for the shield dwarves are a corrupting influence on us all.
Aye, that they might be. You know what? Thank you for your information. When I get to Gracklestug, I'll tell my clansmen about you and how good you are. And we'll enslave this one. Don't worry, I'll take his weapons right now. Wait,
Aye.
give me your bloody
Would you
weapons.
like an escort to the city, my lord?
You know what? An escort never hurts. Sure.
Very good. Very good, very good. We are just done here, my lord. Are you thirsty?
Oh, I'm right parched. We drank all our water. You know, you've gotta share it around, even with the slaves.
We are selling sponge fruit. It is a delicacy. You do not have the sponge fruit in the upper dark, but it gathers around the edge of the dark lake, and it is a very juicy, my lord.
Can I
Ooh,
insight check him?
Yeah, Kaiser.
Seems honest enough.
Exactly. A dwarf couldn't be responsible for any evil.
Well,
As a
it
sort of-
sounds good, and you know what? I might even. I hope you don't think me rude, but I might test it on that one, the little lizard one.
Oh, nothing's rude about it, sir. We will just sell you more than one.
Of course. let me just find me money. One of these blokes, I've given it to one of my many companions to hold, you see.
Ah, wise, my lord. Wise. He doesn't think it's very wise, but he's saying that it is.
I like
Somebody
the
give me some money. I need some money so I can buy some of this shit.
I pull me
Nah.
sack off my shoulder.
I've only got filigree on me. And by the way, if you throw Dalgrim to the wolves, I promise you, I will kill you.
Don't worry, I'm just taking his weapons. I'm gonna see that he's my slave. We're gonna enslave him at
Can't you just call me a
Clan
warrior slave?
Firehand. Oh, actually, that's pretty good.
Aye.
But oh, right, yeah. We'll
You
do
say
that,
you're a
we'll do that.
spellcaster and you put like a magic curse on me or something.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. All right, my warrior slave here, the shield dwarf, will he'll
He
pay you
spits.
fine, gentlemen.
Ah, it's very good, very good. It shall be one of your gold pieces per sponge fruit.
How many do you want, me lord Firehand?
You know what? Just buy 2 for now.
Begging your pardon, my lord, but your shield dwarf speaks like very insolent. Perhaps you should beat him more.
Oh, believe me, I'll beat him when I get back home. But you see how my fists are sore from all the beatings I've been giving him, yo.
My lord, might
Yes.
I suggest beating him with your Kragos?
Our Lord Firehand here is beat off.
Ah, yes. I understand that it must hurt with fire hands.
Yes. And the
How many are
Kragoff,
there?
he's more of a pack mule type, you see.
Then the hobgoblin.
Yeah, we'll do it later. Don't worry about that now. You overturn one of the boats.
Right you are, my lord. Here, I am sending over 2 sponge fruit.
I'll pull the
And,
sack off the shoulder and pull out some coin.
Dwerg comes over. He's got like one of the boxes. They got about 6 boxes, and he takes one. It has about 10 sponge fruit in it, so he gives you 2 for a gold piece each.
All right. I'll take one, give it a sniff, cut a little piece off, and give it to Garn to eat. There you go, little one. Try that.
Guess I'll sniff it first and make it nature check.
Yeah. And while you do that, Vexpor, make an insight check.
How many are there, Arctic?
There's 2 boxes worth, so the guy has dozens of them.
Duragar, I meant.
Oh, Dwerga. Only 5. Yeah, only 5. Vexpor, the guy's looking at you, but not really looking at you. He's looking at your sword. Like, the guy looks at your Dawnbringer and is like, fuck me, that's a piece. Wow. Doesn't say anything, but the guy's eyes go broad, and it's not so much envy in his eyes, although it's there. It's more just being impressed.
Do they look like? Oh wait, never mind. Oh,
I narrow my eyes down and sort of like glare at him. Put my hand and cover up Dawn.
I guess
Make an intimidate check. Make an intimidate check with advantage, since you're bigger than him for one thing, and you're with a lord.
It's not a very good check.
It's not very good at all. There's nothing wrong with these
Yeah,
fruit.
I
They're
suppose
quite
I'll taste it.
tasty. In fact, they're tasty. They're nutritious. They're very moisturizing. It's essentially more water than it is fruit. It's kind of like watermelon if watermelon dripped. It's that juicy and moist. There's nothing wrong with it.
I'll give a thumbs up. I was like, yes, master, these are good.
Oh, that's good. Well, you see, this one's for me, and I guess I'll hand out this one as a sign of good faith to all my slaves and compatriots. And I'll
Guys, a
cut it
fire
up
hand says, yeah, please continue.
and give it among the people. One of them.
Guys, a fire hand says the guy who did the delivery rather than the original negotiator. Why do you allow your slave to carry such a magnificent weapon?
That? Oh, that's just something we threw together up on in the upper dark. You think that's magnificent? Wait till you see what we start producing soon.
Make another deception check.
Fuck. All right. I'm good at these. Come on. 25.
Hey.
I cannot wait, my Kaiser, to see what you can come up with. If you call this rubbish, it is truly the most beautiful weapon I have seen. I would ask to touch it, but I know that your hobgoblin would chop off my hand if I reached out towards it.
Oh, he's very spirited, that one. It's his favorite thing.
Well, I shall. I look forward, my Kaiser, to seeing you again in Grackelstug, and I long to be able to work by your forges.
Ooh, I might even, you know what? If you're good and get us there in one piece, I might even put in a good word for you. What's your name?
Dalgrim, sir.
Dalgrim. Well,
I,
that'll be easy to remember. A
Very
fine
good, sir.
name.
I do not like it, sir, but I thank you for your
I'll
opinion.
raise my eyebrows at him, and if he turns away, I spit on his back.
Ha. On his back, like straight onto it.
Yeah, when he turns around.
Yeah, he's going back to his boat, so yeah.
If he notices, I backhand actual Dalgrim.
Then the merchant calls out, "This is what I am told. Trust the shield dwarf. They have treachery in their blood. In the ancient days, they betrayed our entire clan and sold us out to the enemy. They would do the same. They are
You're a
also
fool.
notoriously racist and sexist, my
Other
lord."
way around.
He'll know he's
You
like,
left on
shut
your
up, Dalgrim! And I hit him. I slap him backhanded.
The other Dalgrim winces when you say his name.
Oh, sorry, not you. It's him, you see. His name is also Dalgrim.
I am Dalgrim, sir.
Oh,
There is a
Sorry.
H in there. Yeah, Dalgrim.
Start growing irate, and I'll take out my dagger and just press it up against Sane's ribs.
All right, but we gotta move. Oh, something tells me we gotta move. Come on, let's go.
Kaiser, we have freed our boat. We will take you along right now, and they do, and they escort you through the remainder of the Dark Lake until you smell Grackelstug before you see it, right? Then, yeah, that's right. A distant glow that encompasses the entire city, because it is the city of forges. That's what they call it. A distant glow will enter your vision eventually, but long before that, you smell it. Rich and dusty, mechanical, alchemical, metallic. The water becomes more and more oily, more and more polluted. It's a sharpness. It dries your throat. It stings your nose and your eyes. And before you know it, it's the soot is beginning to settle on the side of your skin. You'll wipe away your face, and you'll see that your fingers have gone black. And you'll cough, and you'll spit up some mucus that's a bit black. And you haven't even seen the freaking lights of the city yet.
Why you're coughing? It's just some forges. Maybe if I don't wipe off enough, I'll turn black, and maybe they'll think I'm a.
They might.
You can always pretend, in the future, you can always pretend to hit me. I'm good at pretending to be hurt.
Alright, if you do it again, I'll lop off your arm. How's that?
Don't fucking spit on them then. I wouldn't have to.
Well, he's taken my name and he's insulted me.
We didn't take your name. He's got a H in there.
If you steal someone else's work and you put in another letter, it doesn't change it.
Wait, mate, you
Still
don't know that.
plagiarism.
We take copying very seriously over in Switzerland.
I do not know the meaning of this word.
It's alright, I'll write it down in your book or
We
whatever.
don't have to be here long. Lithrana said she knows the way to Neverlight Grove if we get to Grackelstone.
Let's just play nice with these damn merchants. Maybe you can turn him over as like maybe if he annoys us, you could be like go to the authorities and say that he's a rebellious one, and they can take him away.
True. I don't think I should really say that I'm a fire hand very much, though.
No,
If the fire hands actually come down,
would be not very good, would it?
no, we'd be killed fucking instantly.
Well, let's use the rebellion, like the chaos caused by it, to sort of slip in unnoticed.
All right, all right.
All right. So you approach the city, and yeah, the glow comes into view. By then, you can already see the smoke with your dark vision. Those of you with longer dark vision will notice it further because it traps itself in the cave roof and lingers there. Some of it being very heavy, some of it being very light, and so the smoke either settles on the water or it gathers up in the rafters. And just leaves this hazy tunnel in between them. The glows of 1,000 forges, or 100 anyway, within Gracklestill give it a really eerie volcanic appearance, as if the whole place is ready to erupt. And while you're thinking on this phenomenon, big blast, massive jets of flame spark up in the middle of town, but they don't seem to cause a cacophony. People keep tink, 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 tinkering away. The forges keep working. The hammering keeps working. Another one of those huge blasts. It looks like the forges are being fueled by some external fire source of incredible power, something bigger than your average fireball.
You reckon they get like a dragon tied up down there?
Well, they might. We'd have to see, but I don't really want to stick around long enough to find out.
Dragons are cool though.
Not as cool as a giant elemental they have over in what's it called? Gauntlgrim.
Giant elemental. Surely that's just a child's story.
You're just a child, so why should I say any other?
Why would a child write a story?
I just look at you.
You write stories, don't you?
Yeah, and I'm 20. I'm old.
Well, why would a kobold write a story?
His master wanted him to.
Well, maybe it's the same for the child.
The child has a dragon master?
He might. Now, look, just shut up. We're going in.
He'll nod.
All right. So the Dwerga guide you into the harbour. There's one of the most interesting landmarks is a big crumbling tower that sits on the very edge of the harbour and seems to be converted into some kind of alehouse, some kind of I wouldn't call it party house. Nothing like that exists in Gracklestill, but it is at least a place where one can have a drink with only minimal chance of being kidnapped and enslaved. The docks are quite active, nowhere near as vibrant as a city on the surface, but active nonetheless, with some very unusual races, Kuatoa and Locathar and Merrows and Scrags, all coming in to do trading on either a simple or a relatively complex merchant level. So as we pull into this exotic harbour, I'm going to apologize. I'm going to take a very short break. I wish I didn't have to. Only be about 2 minutes, and we will finally arrive at this city where the smoke stings your eyes, and every breath you take feels like a wheeze, and the only sound that you can hear is the music of hammering and smelting and forging, and every now and then these huge blasts of fire. And he was right, you know. It's a dragon, but it isn't chained up. It's loose.
They're just letting it go crazy. No,
And what colour
so
is it? Is it red? I guess red.
where did we get the cool outfits from?
Phase rest.
Oh, they're just magical outfits. Do we actually have them, or are they illusions?
Illusions.
Illusion.
And we still have them?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
I had to dispel magic with my foot, so unless
First order of business, I reckon we should buy some actual clothes. Still in my
Spell
prisoner's
book.
rags.
Goodness
and some,
me, Marielle, are we both killing for a spell book?
some boots.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have this stupid
whatever
drippy
we do,
tone that none of you
we-
bloody want.
We
You
gotta
can
do it
fucking sell
quick,
that.
and we gotta find our way to Neverlight Grove. I don't want to be here for long,
Buy
especially
supply.
if they find out I'm not really a fire hand.
Don't some
Shush.
people want to go to the surface though? I'm sure me and Sane
Aye,
want to get
aye,
a
aye.
Neverlight.
So we go, we get supplies, our clothes, weapons, equipment, food, whatever, supplies. Go to the what it's called again? The
Neverlight
Grove or
Grove?
whatever. No, the tavern, the inn that we can go to. We find our halfling's compatriot or contact, Theurgus's contact. And if that falls, then we'll see how it goes from there. If that falls through, we might have to go to Neverlight Grove. All of us.
Right. Well, whatever the case, I say we don't spend more than a day or two here in case that thing shows up again.
I would indeed like to rest in a bed. Yes. What do you mean that thing? Oh, the big thing. Oh,
Yes,
forgot
the
about
big
it.
fuck off thing.
Sorry. I mean, they have a dragon here. Of course, they can defend themselves, I'm sure.
I don't know. The dragon doesn't look as big as that thing did.
Could be.
All right.
Is it a
So-
red, I was saying, is it a red dragon?
It is a red dragon, that's right. It is a red dragon, and it appears to have a barrage of Wurga. They follow it around, but it's quite clear that the dragon considers itself in charge. And while the dwarves are trying to point at things and get it to do things, the dragon is just kind of doing whatever it wants. And what it's actually doing is lighting the forges. It breathes its intense heat into various furnaces. They light up and they burn bright and hot and pure in a way that few other flames can possibly manage. But that's not where we arrive. We arrive in the Dark Lake district, and the dragon is out there in the beyond this district. There's a wave of heat. It slams into you. The acidic smog rises and chokes the air out of your lungs. The Dark Lake spreads out, and beyond there's a jumble of building and streets. They reflect the lights of the countless fires in the water, so the Dark Lake itself is aglow with an orange flare. A lot of the buildings are built into the hollowed out columns of stalagmites. They serve, rather than building walls and a roof, they just hollow out a big stalagmite and use that as a home or as a business. And the streets here in the Dark Lake district are surprisingly crowded. It's not a very big area, not as far as like a city like Waterdeep goes. It's the entire city could fit into any of the wards, even the smallest of them. And so this district is only small geographically, but it is crowded. A surging throng of buyers and of merchants, and of course of slaves. Although Dewurga do dominate the area, even in the Dark Lake district, which is the foreign area, 3 out of every 4 people at least is a Dewurga. You still spot drow and Svirfneblin and orcs, and those unusual dwarves called Darrow, of which Bupido the murderer was one, and a dozen different races beyond that as well. The whole place has a relatively orderly feel, though. People are shuffling, keeping their heads down. No one's yelling out. No one's breaking glass or anything like that. There is a bit of shouting going on, but that's only being done so that they can be heard above the clamour of the industry, and a lot of that shouting is haggling as merchants try to get the Dewurga to drop their relatively steep prices. What do we do?
Well, I immediately try and find a vendor to buy a poisonous kit.
All right. Do you have any particular specifications of this vendor? Like, how do you find the right guy?
I suppose I would look for exotic wares and or I guess a weapon seller, and maybe ask them if they can point me to someone who can sell poisons for me, or to me rather.
All right. Okay. Just a moment. Who's going with him?
I think we should all move together, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You attract a great deal more attention moving as a massive party of racially diverse people. When the Swerve Neblin heads out by himself, like no one bats an eyelid, but then when an entire surge of people, right down to a Quaggoth, start traipsing through the town, it gets everyone's attention.
It's just the mystery gang going through town.
Can I attempt to act like one of the native dwarves, even though I look nothing like them?
Go ahead. It's the mystery gang in Unwelcome Town, though.
Should we
I
split
do
up
not look like
into
I don't know how dwarfs act. It's incredibly offensive.
You do the goose step.
You walk like Rango does.
Don't mention the ball.
Like,
All right. Swerve Neblin, Zolk, roll a d20, please.
Should we split into smaller groups or something? I'm getting a lot of eyes drilled lately.
All right.
You do what you please. I'm getting my things and being ready to leave this place if we need to.
I go buy clothes then.
You're wearing clothes.
I appear to be wearing clothes.
I would not, but armor on our backs, really. A gambeson would be nice.
how much money do we have between us?
I
That
pull
helps.
open the sack. About just over 1,000 gold and 4,000 silver. And then a bunch of items in this sack of mine.
Oh, right. I need to exchange this filigree for actual coinage. Perhaps I'll try and find a banker first.
So you're looking around for a banker, or a poisoner, or a tailor, and you go past a group of 6 orcs, pretty heavy set, pretty heavily armed. They don't look like the orcs of the surface that you're used to. They've got leather jerkins. They've got well-equipped weapons with nice scabbards. They kind of look like adventurers or thugs, but they're obviously orcs. And these orcs are leaning up against one of the city's many wells. And as you go past, kind of as a collective, as a group, probably being led by Zolk, since he's the man with the plan at the moment, the man on the mission, one of them spits on you.
Mm-hmm. Hey! Hey, you big oaf!
Hey, what? What's your problem? What's your problem, short stuff?
You spat on me.
I did nothing of the sort. You're a liar.
Oh, yeah?
And I'll
Oh,
sort of
yeah?
wipe the spot where he spat at me and
Look, you're dribbling.
What do you call this?
I call it your imagination. Now off, unless you want things to get ugly.
You couldn't get any uglier.
Oh, is that the way it is? Why don't you put your money where your mouth is then? I bet that blade you got, you can't even use it.
Well, I don't have any money, so I'll just use my imagination and I'll flick the gob back at him.
He grunts and says, a jewel then. I challenge you to a jewel.
A jewel, What? Fair and square, is it?
That's the way. I'll even let you get in first shot. Come on. Make me bleed. Show me what you got.
All then. You asked for it.
I guess I'm gonna have a duel with this guy.
All right. He just leaves himself open, doesn't even dodge, just lets you stab him right in the hopefully
Use
the gut.
your aim.
You can stab him in the fucking throat if you want.
Hit him in the nuts.
Right. Well, if he's letting me do this, do I get my assassinate?
Sure. Yeah, like this is one of those scenes where like I watched this Street Fighter 2 animated movie yesterday, and Ryu headbutts the fuck out of this guy and just takes him out. Bam. It's just like that. Yeah.
I look around. What is the general consensus or feeling of the place that we're in?
That's a
on
great
lookers?
question. Make a perception followed by an insight check. Perception is great, and insight is pretty decent as well. Now, I'm going to go in reverse here. I'll do the insight first. The attitude is I'm minding my own fucking business, right? Like, there are people 10 feet away who, as soon as this shit starts talking, they turn their backs and they walk 20 feet away. No one wants to be here while this tomfoolery is going down. So that's the general feeling. There's a police state paranoia where people don't want to be involved in this, and they don't want to be near it when it happens. But there's more to it than that. Yeah, there's more to it than that. The orcs themselves seem to be anticipating something. You've only got this one orc, and he's there just waiting to be stabbed, and the rest of his mates are like, yeah, come on, man. Yeah, come on. This is where it happens. They're clearly waiting for something.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I nudge Sane forward?
Absolutely. But while you're doing that, I'll do the perception check in a moment. Please nudge Sane forward.
You gotta stop this, mate.
No, I'm nudging forward.
I think I might as well. Oi, that's enough. That's enough of that.
But
You.
Zolk, you also notice that you're not alone, right? You are not 100% certain. You're not 100% certain, but you can see. You know how there's lots of smoke in this city, right? Fucking heaps of smoke, particularly on the ground level. There's a stocky shape, about the size of a barrel of wine, 5 feet tall and 2 feet round. There's a shape of a barrel where that's standing no more than 15 feet away from you, and the smoke just seems to coalesce around it, as if there's something there that you can't see.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll sort of fidget with the dagger in my hand, and I'll sort of bite my lip, looking up at the orc, and I'll say, "Yeah, I know what you're trying to do.
Come on.
It's not going to work.
Come on, short stuff.
No.
He pushes you.
You know what?
He pushes you again.
I insist. I insist that you hit me first.
He grabs you by the throat and raises his fist, and he says, "I thought that you must be new around here, kid." Back and drags you in close and says, "I'll be seeing you around, short stuff."
As he raises me up,
Yeah.
I take the opportunity to spit right
right in his piggy nose. All right, that sets him off. He picks you up and he throws you down the well. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Guards!
Brilliant. So the gnome is tossed down the well. And suffers 17 points of damage as he falls 100 feet into the well. But it's softened by the water. All the way down. And as soon as the Dwarga... Please continue, yeah?
I let out a grunt, obviously, but then you hear the faint echo of, "What's it?"
It certainly is, because the instant the guards are called for, that invisible shape materializes, and a Dwerga secret policeman is standing there and waiting for shit like this to happen on his watch. And as soon as he appears, the orcs, they go pale white. They begin to scatter. Does anyone react? Their gnome has fallen down the well. The Dwerga secret police have appeared. The orcs are scattering. Does anyone react?
Move and you'll die. Any of you run and you die.
And like, noble guards, those rapscallions accosted us and threw my companion down the well.
Anyone else?
Stand stock still.
I tell them that if they move, they die.
They move.
Guards! I'm a fire hand. Arrest them!
Keep low. I'm a fire hand.
I just threw salt down a fucking well.
That'd be right.
What does the secret policeman seem to be doing?
There's only one of him, right? And so he manages to grab one of them, and when they resist, he uses psychic power to split their mind and put them down. The other orcs, they split and they run. They start running through side alleys and over small market stalls and into back streets and so on. They scatter.
Oh, I just realized what I have. Can I use my man catcher to grab one by the neck?
I was just supposed to,
Absolutely.
because these guys are lawful, aren't they? They probably wouldn't approve of vigilante justice.
That's a good question.
I'll quickly go to the well and unspill the spider silk rope and spill it down.
It's so deep that you can't even see the gnome. That's how far he's fallen.
Give me a hand and we'll pull him up.
Yeah.
Wait, can't you climb up?
No.
I'll lower my rope down.
Excellent.
I'll grab onto it, try and pull myself up as they're pulling me up.
And so you make the attack roll with the man catcher. Just a single roll's enough.
Yep. It's a D20.
What are you,
Yeah.
a man catcher?
Alright.
I'm gonna use my inspiration for this.
Great idea.
Did you not on the falling rocks?
You snap and you snap, but you can't quite get a hold of the orc. All that you manage to do is rip off some of his leather jerkin. But no more than 2 or 3 minutes pass when a Dwerga patrol comes along, having arrested each and every one of the orcs. And about 50 yards away, about 150 feet away from you, you can see them present them to the secret policeman. And he says, yes, these are the ones. And those orcs that tried to goad you into committing a crime are themselves led away to a splendid life of slavery.
Wait. I demand restitution.
Leave it at that, Zulk. Come on.
Slap him off me. Get away from me. I demand restitution.
The secret policeman thinks about it for a while, and he nods, and he takes the orc's battle axe, and he hands it to you.
Sort of pick it up and then immediately drop it as the weight comes into my hand.
Big orc weight battle axe, big 15-pounder.
I'll just give him a silent nod and sort of drag it away back to the party.
All right then.
Free axe. Anyone want it?
It'd be cool if I could swing that.
It's 10 gold.
Is it a really does it look special in any way, or is it just a regular old axe?
Oh, it's a big chunky orc axe. It's got a bit of rust. It's got more dried blood than it has rust. The hilt isn't. It's probably rotting because wood's so fucking hard to get down here. But it's like an executioner's axe. She's a big bastard. Not quite a great axe. More like a dwarven war axe, but it's a big bastard.
Like a broad axe?
Yeah, that sounds good. It's only got one blade. It's not a double moon, but it's a big chunky
Like a Dane
war axe. Yeah, like a Dane axe with a shorter handle though.
Well, I suppose we should clear out before we draw too much attention from these police.
Yeah, you're probably right, as I rub my sides. Well, cost of being and killer.
Are you hurt?
A little bit, but I should be all right.
So you're looking for a poison shop initially? Or a bank
Yeah,
initially?
well, is somewhere where I can exchange the filigree that I pulled from the Netheries to.
All right, brilliant. So the first place that you go to is only offering you 50% of its value.
Mm,
I'll help Scout. I'm pretty good with metals, and we'll use our fire hands' reputation to get a better deal, eh?
All right, but you better get me a good deal.
Trust me, trust me.
all right, I'll give like 200 GP worth of filigree to Zane.
You can't help but notice with your massive perceptions of that as you pass over all the gold, you're trying to be subtle. You really were trying to be subtle, but as you pass over the gold, on the other side of the street, there is a deep gnome. She's got an earth elemental beside her, which is pretty funky, but it's not the most funky thing happening in the street right now. After all, fucking dragon lighting fires. Anyway, so there's a deep gnome. She's a female, a bit younger than yourself. She's got an earth elemental beside you. When she sees you hand over, a handful of gold, her eyes go wide.
I just narrow my eyes at her, but look at the golem, look at her, golem again, and I'm like,
She
I don't
suddenly
think-
crosses the street. Just not for any particular reason, just crossing the street.
I'll like bunch the filigree into Sane's hand.
All right, if you lose this, you owe me. Hold it tight.
I'm holding it as tight as I can. But what do you mean if I lose it? How am I going to lose it?
No, I'm just saying there's people everywhere and they're all watching us.
Let's
They
go find.
might try to steal from us.
Let's go find a dealer.
All right, I'll go with you. Let's go.
Brother, she says softly in the gnome tongue when she's about 15 feet away. Brother.
I'll sort of lean back, look at her.
Yes?
A moment of your time, if you will.
Walk over.
Yes?
She leans in close as if she's going to kiss you behind the back of the ear, and then she opens up a pouch that she's subtly carrying underneath her cloak, and it sparkles. The bag appears to be bottomless. When she opens up the bag, which is only the size of someone's pouch, it seems to fit the whole room in there. And she reaches in and shows you, glittering in her hand, maybe a dozen sparkling red gems. Brother, I'm hoping to get rid of these.
All right, I'll take them. Hand them over.
They're worth 100 gold pieces, I swear to you.
I'll take your word for it.
I want 50 for each gem.
Oh, you're trying to sell them? I
Yes.
don't want them anymore.
It's a discount. It's half price.
I understand it's a discount. I just don't have gold on me to buy them.
Oh, but your manservant does.
He's going to find a good price for the stuff I had.
Please, brother, please help me. I need to get rid of these gems. I need to get out of the city. I was meant to meet someone here, but they haven't shown, and I'm getting very, very nervous. Please, I'll give them to you for half price. You'll double your money.
Narrow my eyes at her.
Tell you what, you can give them to me, or I might blow your whistle on you, Eh?
What's that mean?
Might be a guard over here.
I'll
What?
look around.
What? You wouldn't. We're kin. What about
Oh,
Blingdenstone? Think of
I think
Blingdenstone.
Wait, Blingdenstone?
Yes.
You're from Blingdenstone?
Of course, where else would I be from?
Blingdenstone was destroyed years ago.
Well, Yes, but no. Yes, it was, but we've rebuilt it. You're not from Blingdenstone?
Well, I am, but wait, you're saying there's people at Blingdenstone?
Of course, I'm saying there's people at Blingdenstone. Would you? I'm heading back there very soon. You could come with me if you want, but you'd have to earn my trust by buying my gems.
Look, I don't have money to buy them, but look, give them to me, and I'll help you find a way out of there. Consider it as a sign of trust.
Did somebody call for? Did somebody call for the guard? Asked an entourage of Duerga who suddenly more or less appear. She stuffs her gems away.
No, no one called for a guard. Can't you see we're trying to have a transaction here?
They look at the Duerga look at each other. Do you know that insolence to a legal officer of the law is a offense punishable by death?
I'm not being insolent, just impatient. I'd like to get my, and I'll start wink. I'd like to get my goods this evening, if you get my meaning.
Yes, you wish to acquire goods in the evening. A surface term, to be sure, but one that remains popular with some people. What is your point?
Slap my forehead. No. I'm trying to solicit this woman.
Yeah, very good. Well, I will leave you to your business as you arrange fair prices for the exchange of your goods and services.
Yes, you do that. Sort of wave him off.
All right. Yeah, you notice that the guards have a tiniest amount of ornamentation, whereas none of the other Duerga do. These guys at least wear badges, signals of rank. They're subtle, but when they're the only ornamentation that any Duerga has, they kind of stand out a little bit. Thank you for not betraying me, sir. You are earning my trust.
You better be telling the truth about Blingdenstone. Look, meet me at the Bullet Inn.
I know the one.
Yes.
I call it the G Bar.
Okay, I guess that works. Well, meet you at the G Bar in an hour.
I'll be there. I think you'll be able to recognize me.
If not, I'll know where your golem is.
Yeah, that's what never mind.
Hurry along before another guard comes. Go on.
You're not the boss of me, she says as she hurries along.
Like a woman with a bit of fight in her. And I'll hurry off after the party.
All right. In these last few minutes, let's get a few transactions done. So you wanted to buy. I'll finish with you. You wanted to buy some poisons.
I think Sane is going to try
Trading
and...
gold.
Yeah, we're going to
Yeah,
try and find
trading
somebody
gold
to
first.
filigree.
Yeah,
It's
no
like
worries.
those mall shops where you go and trade in your old jewelry.
They'll give you 90% of the gold's value.
What was it, 200? So
It's 200.
180.
180. So that's 180 for fuck Zolk. I can.
It can be for the party. Like I would use it for the party. I just want enough to get a poisonous kit, which I think it's like a specialty one. So
We have a bunch of bracelets. We have a couple of bracelets and zircons, and so I feel like someone took a ring or a bracelet as well.
I think I took a ring and a bracelet. For some reason, I did not write it down.
What's a Ewer again? It's a little picture.
Okay, yeah. I thought it was much. Poisonous kit is 50 gold on PHP.
Yeah, I guess we do have 1,200 gold, plus 400 in silver. 400 gold and silver to spend, so we can basically outfit all of us in whatever we want.
Yeah, God, I just want a fucking spell book and some
Within
ink,
reason.
dude. Honestly.
I'll keep the inventory, I guess.
If
since
it's in the player's handbook, you can buy it. It's all here.
I've been carrying the sack, so I might as well. And I'll translate it over to the group treasury at the same time, instead of the inventory. So what does everyone want to buy? Real quick.
I could
Uh,
use some splint mail.
How much
Some
is Flint mail?
mail.
400 or something?
I think it. Hold up, I actually have the tab open. Splint mail is 200,
Yeah, we could do that.
and I guess also a real shield instead of the turtle shell.
I think those are like 25 gold.
That's
15.
10. So 210 for my armor.
210 will bring us down to 900 and why am I mind blanking?
That's a fair bit. That's a fair chunk of coin that you guys have got.
Yeah.
Could I get studded leather?
We do have studded leather, but it is the size of drow.
Get it resized for cheaper, maybe?
Yeah, they'll cut it down for free and keep the leather for themselves. Yeah.
That's probably a better idea.
That's a good deal.
Question: can small creatures wield a heavy crossbow?
No, I don't
it says
think
it's
so.
heavy, does it? Does it
I
say
think
it's
it's
heavy?
disadvantage.
Is it
I
heavy or
think-
two-handed?
Yeah.
That's where,
Just
where the
checking.
thing was. Okay.
Yeah, it's both heavy and two-handed.
Yeah. So the answer is no.
Okay,
So
so
you can do it at a disadvantage, but
Can you? I didn't think you
Nah.
could. I didn't think you could at all.
plus you don't have proficiency with it as a rogue.
Oh right, I don't, but I do with the light crossbow.
Yeah. Yeah, light crossbow and
Does-
and hand crossbows they
Yeah,
get.
small creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls with heavy weapons.
Right.
Just tell me what you guys are buying and tell me the gold cost. and I'll
Architect, how
get-
much would how much would an enduring spellbook cost?
It's like
500.
100.
Yeah, that's a big chunk. And then regular spellbooks are just 50.
They're the ones
right?
that are waterproof, right?
And fireproof.
Yeah, 500. Yeah, and the regular 150. Yeah.
Thinking I don't want to get one and then I spend all this gold transcribing all this stuff and then boom.
Tell me how much
Done.
gold it's gonna cost, Sash.
Yep.
Can I also get a disguise kit?
I think they're like 25 GP, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
I need clothes and boots. I've been pretty much. I think we've all been shoeless this entire time.
Yeah.
Our feet
So
must
it's
be
like-
pretty
No,
must be
I
killing
took
us.
one of the prisoner's shoes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Nice.
I remember that. My feet are too big for prisoner shoes. For drow shoes. You guys just tell me what you want. And I'll do
Oh, man, I personally feel a sense of Dracula still because like once again, it's like it's a thing, it's a place, it's somewhere. Surely this means that we're on the right track. Surely.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna buy 2 sets of traveler's clothes so I have a spare. Do I have a backpack? I'm gonna buy a backpack. I've been using this stupid sack this entire time.
Yeah, I just looked up. It's 2 gold pieces for a backpack.
Yeah.
I guess we should get one of those too.
So 2 hours and 50 GP to transcribe. Alright.
I think that's all I really want.
How
Did
much
we
is a
get-
backpack?
Did we get the
2
disguise kit?
You gotta tell me the gold, dude.
25.
Yeah, we can do that. 984.
Is there like basic spell books we can buy with a little bit of spells in it? Like basic first and second level spells? With spare
Sorry, what was
pages?
that?
Like a spell book with spells already in it and like
Oh,
spare
like
pages.
spells for dummies.
You might get lucky, but it's going to be hard. Yeah, but you might get lucky. This is the place to do it. The only place better would be Menzo Baranzo.
You
Yeah.
said it was 25 gold?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so that brings us down to. Can someone do the calculations? I don't have a calculator app apparently.
You just do it in Roll20.
I'll be back.
I guess. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. So we have. Let's see what all the costs are. So 982. What is it? Do I go /R? Then do it all?
Yeah, /R and then just use plus.
Or minus? Does minus work in this? I
Yeah.
guess.
I mean, you'll have to minus it off the total amount. Sure.
982. Also, okay, I'll add it all together. So water skin. So we'll do all the gold first. So 2 for the gold, 34 for Zolk, 25 for the pack for whatchamacallits for Garn.
Every time I hear his
Mario.
fucking name, I think of a real thick Australian accent. Gone, man.
Garn there. Does Marielle have costs for things she wants real quick?
I'm trying to find the price for an arcane focus, but I
You
don't
want
see.
fucking fine?
Actually, no. I'll buy that myself.
I think a focus is anywhere between like 5 and 20 gold, depending on what
Yeah,
you
there's
want.
a bunch of them.
And then it can be like pretty much free if you're a druid.
I guess just
Grab a
symbol
stick off
of
the ground.
5 gold pieces then.
There was a wand of chiseled ivory unless someone took that.
Yeah, I've got that.
There's a walking stick made of varnished yew. That probably could be a that we have. That could probably a spell casting focus. It's worth 75.
Yep, that'd work as a wand.
If you wanted a sick fucking walking stick shaped like a scorpion with a golden handle.
Stuff. Mm,
Yeah, that'll suffice.
cool.
Yeah.
You've now got this. Yeah, pimp and staff.
It's in the
for,
inventory. If you want to take a squiz at it, and I'll say it's on you in a second. So what else do we have? You want fine clothes, huh? All right, buddy.
No. I said I'll take that. Mine.
Oh, you took that.
I got gold, yeah.
Oh, you got gold, huh? Where'd you get gold from?
Like,
Anyone else?
Juvelex
oh, yeah, I'm
starter
guessing
too.
we don't start with like background, like the gold or the background got like give.
Nah,
give it
none
to
of
us?
that. No, none
Yeah,
of
okay.
that.
About 15 should be enough for me for replacement clothes, a backpack, and a short sword.
15. Anyone else for any more things?
Buy a spell book.
Has everyone got water skins apart from Sane?
Oh, no, I
Yes,
need
I
the water
bought a
skin.
water skin out of my old.
We can probably buy
gold.
adventurers packs. The adventure kits, or whatever they are. They've got all that in them. How much are they? Like
Look
30
up
gold?
pack. Balloon pack. The fuck is a balloon pack? That's cool as shit. Look at Dungeoneers pack.
Got a crowbar and all that kind of
12
stuff.
GP.
Does that one have a crowbar and a hammer in it?
Yep.
I might buy that. How much was that?
12 GP.
12.
61.5 pounds. I don't even know if I can probably just carry that.
Dungeoneer.
I'm back.
Didn't ask, Tyler.
So, and anyone need armor? We've got a bunch of chain shirts, if anyone didn't know.
No, I've got studded.
Oh yeah.
I'm good.
You can add my another chain shirt to the list because I got the new armor.
How much was that? Oh yeah, we already
Just
minus that.
one
Never mind.
More chain shirt.
We have 6 chain shirts now. I will also purchase some smith's tools so I can fix shit that breaks.
Can you add or subtract another 20 GP for 2 short swords?
plus 20. Could you Google? Could you search me how much of Masons and a Smith's pack, set cost?
Me?
Masons are 10 gold.
Yep.
And Smiths, I think you'll probably find a 50. Let me check.
Why do you want Smith's tools? I bet you'll miss them.
Smiths are 20.
That's pretty cheap.
I'm gonna get an explorer's pack, so minus
How much?
Okay,
-10.
I guess at this point we can say goodbye to the internet people.
Yes, we
See you
should.
later, everyone.
Yeah,
I'll
good night.
finish
Good
that.
Goodbye, internet people.
Yes, good night. That was fun.